it worked this time. I'm sure that the occurrence of that dramatic fucking opening thing I spent a very long time making, playing to me saying something like, there we go, is just like, how Vestige be?
Yeah.
Finally. Heckin'. Alright. Hello, everybody! At home. A thing that we have discussed and decides means literally everywhere. Also you doing your taxes. Also you doing someone else's taxes. Also you, the fry cook who can somehow afford to have earbuds in while doing a job that requires a lot of situational awareness. And yes, you too, Mr. Leader of a foreign country.
Oh,
good to see you.
To us driving.
Good job with those politics.
Barry, you've been good.
Yeah, I know, Barry. I don't know anything about politics.
She's been so good always.
She knows. She knows when the cameras are rolling. She's like, "What's up?" Oh. I love you, Barry.
Barry hears me say, "Hey, everybody," and Barry's like, oh, "I'm everybody."
That's me.
Activated.
I want.
Did he say every Barry?
Hello, every Barry.
At least when we get Vogan back, we can be like, can you tell your Displacer Beast to shut up?
Displacer Beast?
Displacer
Oh my
Beast.
god,
Blink
Dog.
Blink Dog, sorry.
Logan, can you tell your Sunder to please stop?
Can you tell your Displacer Beast to please be quiet? My Displacer looks to the side. Guys, that's not mine. How long has that been there?
Sorry, that's
Myra,
mine.
you evolved.
That's mine.
Gets up, puts hands up. Alright, everyone slowly back away.
Attack.
Impeccable.
Why do you have control over this fucking Displacer Beast? Why does...
Because I decided Aviana should have a Displacer Beast as a pet.
Hell yeah, let's
Fucked up.
That was
go.
one hell of a Freudian.
Well, give us an
slip of
animal
the tongue.
handling, Aviana.
That's it. Welcome back. We're just up front, people that are watching at home. Your viewing shouldn't be affected by this, because it should still be able to go up by, voice. It should still be able to go up by Wednesday. But just for those that are interested and those that will be coming back to watch the live streams, the following two games after this one, those being the games that would be on the 19th, unfortunately, and the 26th. Those are being moved to the 21st and 28th. And then after that, we'll be back to normal, unless we take December off, which is currently something that might be on the table. But we're moving those games because we have some conflicts, and we don't want to have anybody miss 2 weeks at this juncture. That
And if
said,
you want to spell Wednesday, it's Wednesday.
that said, Izzy's not here today.
Damn.
That guy!
Yeah, fuck that guy.
We don't want people to miss those 2 weeks. This one's kind of acceptable. We've known about this one.
one's fine.
We've known about this absence for like months. But yeah. So today the role of the wood bot will be played by Mr. Aaron Robert Parnell. Please give us your best flux real quick.
Hello, I like you. Vibrator.
I feel like that's Miriam doing an impersonation of Flux.
Yeah.
We are
All right.
friends.
I love that.
At least I hope so.
Friend shaped, or so I have been informed.
I was designed to the specs of friend. All right, my guys. So last time, things were pretty straightforward. I don't really have a lot to recap people on. Last game, you all proceeded to continue moving inwards towards the center of the mausoleum, towards the central chamber where you had seen that everything was locked off, that the 3 sets of bars prevented you from gaining access. You entered through a secret passage on the other side, found a large mural that depicted imagery that you're more than familiar with within honokuni. It depicted imagery showing the original table lashing out and seizing control of honokuni, with the young lord and Hirohito standing at Mount Yorika at their castle, with lines of blood moving from them up towards a glowing red moon. That is what this large wall-spanning tapestry showed. You encountered Mother Tyr, who came whenever you did to defend the area she had been assigned to, and as the party has long suspected, she revealed herself to be a member of the table, one who tries to avoid fighting if she can. One who does not believe in the table, but wanted to maintain a position on it so that there were more people who were willing to be kind to the people of Honokuni on it. She then did her duty. She engaged you all in combat. And though she managed to strike more fatal blows than any other table member has really managed to do against you, killing both Wrench and Nemric and bringing the rest of the party to near death, the two of them were revived, though at great cost, specifically to Wrench, who failed to be revived the first time, but the repeated attempts managed to bring him back. And once you were all revived, you recollected yourself, with Mother Tyr's last words having been that the final task has yet to be done, and that something remains beneath the floorboards. With that, we all wrapped things up, and that is where we're going to pick up from. Pick up. Not off. Pick off. Pick off, everybody. Do it.
Let's go
Man,
get some
I can't believe
rhubarb.
when I got revived, my grudge knock
Rhubarb.
got reset.
What? What about Grudge Knock?
I can't believe that when I got revived, my grudge knock got reset. That's crazy.
That's crazy how that
That's
works.
so cool. Oh my
How long is
god.
it going to be
Wow,
for that?
crazy
Hold
smile
on.
points.
How long is that going to be? Yeah, that's about right. So here's the thing. And this is me totally dodging how realistically these things work. So, if you escape Honokuni before that ends and time is disjointed, if this place is somehow at the end of time, does that mean that your bow is going to stall until the end of time?
Oh,
Oh my
no.
God.
I love my
gonna
new
let-
paperweight.
I'm gonna let you think about that.
I
can't
love
believe
my-
you're fucking useless.
I think we have to go back
why
and
didn't
kill
you let
that.
me kill the dog?
Fuck that dog. But don't fuck that dog.
But don't fuck that dog.
I just
Anyway.
wanted to murder the puppy.
Alright, let's see if everyone's got their reactive images in order. You do.
We're so good at our jobs.
You're so good at doing that specific
Absolute
thing, as am I.
professional.
Wow.
Listen, we all know that if we did play princes this week, you'd still be in tiny little Ajisai.
Yeah.
We don't all know that. That's not something we know.
There's not a precedent for that, maybe. Shut up.
We definitely would.
Shut the fuck up!
God damn.
I'm gonna pull up my DM hood now and get all mysterious and despondent while you guys do your fucking game. Go ahead!
Oh my god.
Asshole!
Is the DM hood up? Is the DM hood up on your head now?
Metaphorically.
Oh.
Okay, well
We
that's
should,
what I'm getting you for Christmas. I'm getting you a spooky cloak. So you know, it's a DM hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wear your Vax cloak.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
that. I was just thinking that. Anyways, game. Let's
Yeah.
go. Get in there, guys.
So we've decided where we're going to be heading. Does anyone want to take a bit of time, or are we all ready to move?
We need to rest. None of us are. Aside from Lexi, none of us
Waving.
The only thing that goes against that is what Keen had said earlier. He said that for now you can make your way through this forest potentially, but you're not sure when that's going to be taken away from you.
That's correct.
We might have to take that risk.
It wasn't far from here last time. I can't imagine it'll be difficult to get back there.
I think we should get there first before we take any rests.
No, we need to start. We need to rest now. None of us are in any shape. If we run into anything, none of us will be able to take on whatever we run into.
Speak for
I
yourself.
Well, listen.
We can't all be you, Keen.
Oh, I'm
As one of the
aware.
people who just
All right,
died,
you and Lexi can take on whatever threat we face then.
I know we could.
I will die again.
Yeah, please let
If
Wrench...
you are feeling unable to continue, you could perhaps use my rod, of course, as he pulls out the vibrating.
Fenris will
It's at
put her
about half
finger on the
battery
tip
right
of
now,
it.
so you could only use a bit of
Put
it,
it
but
down.
there should be enough left.
Hand that over here.
He'll get you there.
There's nothing
It's enough to
like...
get you there, yeah.
Still, there's nothing like good rest and...
Hopefully it doesn't die mid-heal.
It is a shame when that happens, yes.
Flux, go up my shoulders with it.
Right here?
No, oh, all right, yes,
What
yes.
am I doing?
I know he's only my brother in spirit, but this is inappropriate.
Right beside the wing.
Oh my god.
God damn it. Why did he have to say it? Why did he have to describe it like this? I'm so mad at Izzy. But I'm so happy.
Oh, yes!
Where does he keep your wounds? There it is.
That being said, I can't help anyone else further today. I've used up most of my resources, and I don't feel particularly confident in my skill to make sure you guys are gonna be okay.
I'm doing so hot with that.
Damn, Aaron, I can't believe you hate Nemric.
Just lightly slaps it on his palm. Sometimes the batteries come loose.
No, to the left. To the left.
Right here? Hold on.
Yeah, right.
Right there? No.
No. Wrench is left.
Oh, I see. My mistake.
Oh my god.
I hate everything about this.
Okay, there you
go.
Okay. Holy fuck.
Okay.
God damn it.
Also, my wounds are 69. Nice.
Nice.
Have a little bit
Hell
left
yeah.
if you would like some, Keen.
No, I'm good.
Oh, Keen.
I'm unharmed.
Flux
I'm
to
at
it.
1.
I'm gonna put 40 points of hands into you, Wrench.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey.
no, it should be I should, no, you go ahead. Yeah.
You already brought him back to life. It's fine.
Sit.
Grumbling.
Sit.
Don't mock me. I really fucked
If
up
you're
that
all
day.
unwilling to go out, perhaps I can head off on my own to get something done.
What do you
Like
have to do?
what?
You want to make your way to the mountain, are you not?
Maybe you could find.
You wanted me to head there,
King?
right? I believe we had discussed that the young lord would likely want to see all of us. If you tell me where the other hunted are, I can go and gather them.
It's a good idea.
Oh, there goes the battery.
They should be over at the town, but I'm not entirely sure where they're going to be at now, especially since they destroyed the gentle nest.
Could you tell me where that is?
Well,
It's under a
don't
bridge
worry.
on
You
the south side of the city.
don't have to worry about that now. I think they destroyed it.
Oh, it's still there, if we want to look over the wreckage, but yeah, there might not be much to find.
Sure. I'll go check there for them. If I don't find anything within a day or so, I'll come back here. Well, I'll come back and I'll meet you at the castle.
We need to wrap this up quickly.
Do you have any other types of healing? I can burn some of my spells, but mine's not exactly potent. As long as we can get
I have
Taguchi in a condition to walk, we should be able to get to Mother Tears.
Yeah,
I have a little healing, but that's it.
I've got you. You can help Wrench. I'll help you. I have.
Sorry, I ended up using this thing.
What?
It's completely dry. Turns over the dragon vessel.
I have 1/4 level slot left. Come here, boy.
As you all converse with yourself, Keen turns, walks, begins heading out.
Thank you.
Aye, so I
Well,
guess
we can
I'm
walk
leaving
with
as
you, by the
well.
way.
I'll catch up with you all whenever I see you again. Alright, I guess I'm going with him.
We can sleep.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm so relieved.
What a pair.
What's sleep like? I forget.
Holy shit.
I think
It's
they're
bliss.
meant for each other.
I'll just look at Taguchi. What, you don't sleep like the dead?
No. I don't.
Do we want to sleep in this place?
Oh, hell no.
I think we're going to be making a.
We should honestly follow
Mother
Keen.
Tears.
If he can navigate this place really well and he's going towards Bochi, he's going the way we're going.
Yeah.
This is that awkward thing where we say goodbye and walk the same direction, so we might as well just get that over with.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Following Keen.
You all rush on the stairs.
But I thought we were. Okay.
No.
We'll do it in Mother Tears.
We need him to get back to Mother Tears. So if he's leaving now, we need to go.
Fenris is just casually walking behind Tag, healing him as he goes.
Otherwise, we might get lost if we try.
Fair enough.
Hi, Keen.
May I? Can I help you?
Hi, Keen.
Oh, no, we're just going the same way.
Oh, we just need a compass. Being you.
He
Oh my gosh.
turns.
Anyone told you how buff you are?
Begins.
Thank you. I've been working out.
I mean, surprisingly, you're pretty toned as well. I was talking to Keen, but you know, you're surprisingly toned.
All right.
Keen
No,
doesn't.
let him keep going, Tagachi.
Keen doesn't.
Tagachi, of course you're the best.
Wow.
Tagachi, I need these compliments.
Aww. Oh yeah, you're a total beefcake. Look at you go.
Thank you, Aviana.
You're so welcome.
I will take that compliment uncritically and unquestioningly.
You know, before I died as much as I have, I used to be a bit of a beefcake as well. Lost a bit of muscle mass.
What's the next one, Nemric? Ooh.
Damn!
How dare you!
Buff.
You know he like covers his chest. You know there are complications with returning from the dead.
I'm just trying to picture Nemric with like Vogan or Quintus muscles, and that's weird.
Oh, that is weird.
A lot more meat than I think necessary. I don't know. I feel like
just
death
imagine
suited you.
That ever so proper head on such a muscular body.
I think that's why. I think I'm not changing the head.
Oh, I grew it out. I grew it out whenever I got the. Let's just go.
You grew out your. You know what? Fuck him. Fuck it. I'm not.
Yeah.
Fenris will wipe a tear.
And we go.
You want to head to her home, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm unsure how long they'll let me navigate this place, but it should be enough to get there and then for me to get out.
I appreciate it.
And then I imagine that when we wish to head back to the castle, they have no reason not to grant us entry. If they really want this thing to end.
True.
Alright, you guys spend about the hour that is required to move. Moving through the area, you do find that the mists, while you travel with Keen, do part somewhat. You have a wider field of view around you without being suffocated by the fog. You eventually come to the small cabin that you recognize as being Mother Tears. The lights are not on. Nobody is home. You hear the faint sound of chimes as some of the charms that were set up around the area gently rustle in the wind. There's a quirky hollowness to it now. The sound of wind rushing along old wood seems to permeate the area, as this house is now completely unlived in.
Is there one of those wind charms that's like small enough that I could just pocket?
Sure.
Tag will just take one as like a keepsake.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Can we head
Does he
inside?
make the sound of the wind chime when he walks now?
It's in his pocket. It'd be all secure.
It's in his pocket.
It's in his pack.
No wind in there.
There's no wind in there. 1 second. I'm gonna put some wind in my pocket.
My bag of air.
Tag, you're gonna be even worse.
You can do
this.
I'm going to head to find the others.
Good luck. We'll see you soon.
He turns.
Be safe.
He heads off into the mists. As you do, you hear a faint. As he disappears into the mist, you hear a faint.
Aye then. If I'm to travel with you, I'll keep it. What was that? That's a tree.
Wow.
You
yeah.
You then hear a resonant thwack and a aye.
This might be good for him.
I think
they were made for each other, I think.
Aww.
We should head inside.
Yeah, let's go.
Has anything changed in her house?
Nope.
Tiny little house.
We'll get her stove started and just get some heat in the building.
So you throw some, there's still wood that's in there, among all the ashes and cinders that remain. You easily light it. The place begins to warm up somewhat.
Start checking the floorboards. She said there was something below, right?
Yeah, look around, see if there's any loose ones that are removable. I don't want to tear this place up too much until after we've slept, ideally. So if you don't see anything, we'll rest on it first.
I'll take a look around. I'm fine. You guys take a rest.
I'll help you for now.
I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lay right here.
Tagachi and I'll.
If you guys.
You sleep. Go to sleep. I do.
Alright, so who's looking?
Tagachi and Aviana.
Both of you roll me You as well roll me investigation.
What? Yatta! That's pretty good.
A natural.
Aw. Let's go.
Rogues, let's go.
Damn rogues.
Tagachi is supervising.
Yeah, they got a nat 1 because the entire time I'm like, so like if I was interested in getting a bit buffer, like, you know, how would I go about doing that?
Wear armor.
Taguchi is looking around in that way you do, where you're not willing to move anything or look behind it. You're just looking kind of at things and being like, nope, it's not a plain sight. No.
Not
He doesn't want to tear the place up.
Yeah.
But he's a dad. He's supposed to find things.
Looking-
I don't want to move anything. It
So-
has to all be...
Spending, there's not a whole lot of floor in here, so as you spend the time looking, Lexi, you're the first one to stumble upon it. You eventually, pressing the floorboards, looking for loose boards or pieces that seem out of place, you do press your hand down, and one board does seem to come loose. You hear a bit of a squeak, and then with your instincts being like, that's odd, because this place is pretty secure, you press down, and the board tilts upward like a seesaw, and the other end of it raises up, revealing a small little wooden section underneath that has been placed into this hole, like a small cubby. On top of it, you see there is a what looks to be a layer of straw at the bottom of it.
Oh. You guys, come see this.
What's that?
It's like a weird little cubby kind of thing. I'm gonna...
I want to take a look at this.
Be careful.
Yeah.
I don't expect her to be so nefarious, but there
Oh.
could be protections placed on it.
Well, that's fair. Should I maybe back up a little bit and use Mage Hand?
Probably.
Okay.
Quickly take a glance at it, see if there's any glyphs or anything of warding.
Roll me investigation.
That's Lux Miriam.
Kitty, you purple son of a bitch.
Get him.
Get him.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Nothing you recognize.
Alright, should be fine.
Okay. I'm gonna use my Lexi hand because I trust Miriam.
Alright.
I scoop straw aside.
So you're using your Lexi hand,
Yeah.
pushing straw aside. You see
You're right, I'm waiting for it.
You see underneath what looks to be a very old weathered cover that is loosely binding a series of sheets of paper, most of which look to be blank, but at the front there seem to be a few that have writing on them that you pull out, and you effectively pull out this small, kind of unbound journal from the looks of it.
Oh. What do you guys make of this? And I'm gonna kind of move
She
it
told us
towards
about
Avi because
I think it's some more information.
Well,
Oh, we might as well take a look.
Go look at this.
you might want to take a look at that.
Alright, everybody.
You're gonna want to see this.
Story time with Aviana.
All right, Captain, you're gonna want to come out here.
All right, gather around.
What is it? It's him.
Hooray.
It's him.
Him who?
All right.
Oh, bitch.
All right. So is Avi the one that's looking at this? Okay. So no, I will note there is at least one typo that I know of in here. Just so you know.
That's fine.
I just recognized it. There was a lot of text when I was reading it, so just be nice to me. As always, when I throw big amounts of text at you, be nice to me.
Make fun of him.
Very nice to you.
Make fun of him.
I'm gonna throw this up for you. So this is just the first. This is effectively just the first page. Whenever you open it, you see that the first page is pretty old and weathered, but you can read it. It's written in what you would understand to be common. But yeah.
Oh! So much.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
It's a Hayden-sized journal.
Yeah. Listen, I'm on my last page of my like actual Avi journal, and I have my next one queued up on my desk. I guess I'll read this ish out loud for y'all.
Hooray!
Hooray! I'll leave my thoughts to you, whoever finds this journal, in good faith. I beg you not to reveal it to any of the table, or to Hirohito. To do so would jeopardize my ongoing effort. Can I share this with other people? I'm struggle busting today.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it. I'm an actor. I'll cold read this shit.
Here you go,
got
everybody.
There you go.
Just so we can follow along while you read.
Yes. Jeopardize my ongoing efforts to lessen the suffering of Honokuni's people by even a small amount. I fought through the hunting of the flock before, and know its outcome. In case you do not know your position, I will tell you of what awaits you. Fuck.
You're doing so good. No, you got
No,
this.
no, I'm not saying fuck. I'm like, oh no, it's about to get worse. This shit's about to get worse.
Oh no.
The hunt draws 6 individuals from outside. 6 who have the power to stand on their own. Yes.
I need you to roll me a wisdom check.
Oh no. Just me?
Just you.
For Hayden wisdom?
Just to see if you realize.
Logan, that little stain next to the third paragraph made me think I had something on my screen. And I just tried to wipe it off. I need you to know.
You got over a 10.
Okay.
You guys have been overly prudent about this, so I'm gonna just note it to you, so that Avi can register it in that. This journal starts with "I beg you not to reveal it to any of the table," and then you immediately said Hirohito's name.
We have the
okay, but we have divine protection.
Oh, right, you do. Yes, sorry. Ah,
yeah,
right.
that's
Fucking, I got my stuff backwards. No, totally, you do. You right. You got that. Sorry. So,
see, that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't worry about saying it.
Oh, you're right. No, you got me.
I thought
you got me.
Hell yeah.
You're right. I totally forgot that you had that at this exact juncture. Totally.
That's why I didn't bother saying it.
Ah,
like,
you did it. You outsmarted me.
Yeah.
10,000 experience to you. Continue.
Yes!
Oh no, that's not good showmanship. You shouldn't cheer like that. Negative 10,000 experience to you.
The experience goes to me, right?
You need to be humble.
Right.
Oh my god.
Plus 10,000 life experience to you, Alejandro.
Alright, where was I? Says Avi. There we go. 6 who have the power to stand on their own, and often have lost their way. They and those around them are swallowed, and an endless night burdens Honokuni until the hunt ends. The 6 individuals are known as the Hunted. They are brought to Samurai's estate to eat as part of the ritual that mirrors Samurai's greatest sin. Well, I mean, we figured out that much. And upon engaging in the feast, they can be killed by the hand of any table member or other member of the Hunted. Makes sense, we knew that. When a Hunted finds another or the table member of the moon, I speak words, yep,
You got that, Savin.
I didn't go to school. And all the light and hunt.
In case you're confused about why this is largely stuff you already know, this was maybe intended to be something you could have found, like, immediately.
Yeah.
But anyways, just so you know.
No, I'm putting that. I was like, yeah, this could have been early shit. All light in Honokuni turns red, so long as killing intent exists. Yep. If a hunted or table member is killed by anyone else, they will be revived within a day. And if another within the group kills... Well, if one within the group kills another, the loser's soul... That fucking... I hate reading out loud.
Need
You
someone
didn't really
else to
get...
take over.
No, she just throw it at Tag. I just hate talking in front of people. Here.
You were doing
All
such
right.
a good job.
Oh, shut up.
Read it to us like you're reading a bedtime story to your kids.
I guess I'll take over.
Yay.
If one within those groups kills another, then the loser soul is bound to the Bastille's lowest chamber and held until the end of the ritual. Revival without freeing it becomes impossible. When all 6 of one side or the other have died, the ritual should end. But this is where things become curious. The night continues. If the hunted are victorious, they are which they rarely are, they are invited to Samurai's home again and granted any request they like. They are offered a place at the new table of Samurai. If they wish to leave, they are told they can do so, but this is a lie. Everyone I have seen leave is hunted by the Beast or Ezra.
Beast of. That's the typo I was talking about. Beast of
Ezra.
Okay. Sorry. Beast of Ezra.
Okay, gotcha. By the Beast of Ezra within the mist and is killed. Samurai doesn't seem to even notice this. The endless night only ends when all of the hunted are dead, and Samurai constructs a new table. He shall revive members of the old, who he wishes to remain, and includes those who choose to stay. All of the current members are those who have chosen to stay at some point or another. Only then, with the forming of a new table, does day break and the ritual end. It seems to me that if the hunted were to decline the offer to join the table, but not make any attempt to leave, then the ritual would be without end. Perhaps there is some other option at this point. It is possible the reforming of the table isn't the true conclusion, and is merely a failure that provokes repetition. I do not know, but I suspect and have long suspected that the answer lies beyond Samurai. Though he is in control, it is my suspicion that Samurai that Samurai is merely a front for something else that takes advantage of or persists within the turmoil here. The cycle must end. The souls of Honokuni must be freed and not forced into endless reincarnation. No more hunts should begin. I have tried to research what I can, ways to stand up to the forces of darkness that allow this to continue, and have documented what little I have found here. Please, for the sake of us all, find a better way than I have. Stand on the backs of those who have toiled away in endless suffering, and be the hand that turns back time on this tragedy. Be better than we could be.
Oh.
Is it? And that's it, right?
There are more pages if you want to investigate further ones. I just have to roll, is all. You see that looking forward, there's effectively 3 more topics worth of content within it. Just let me grab my stuff, because there are other image files.
Cool, gotcha. While you do that, well, that's a lot already.
I had a feeling it wouldn't be so fucking simple.
It's like Tyr and the dragon share the same suppositions.
Seems to be.
Yeah,
And we all knew that leaving wasn't so easy.
I don't want to get mauled by a beast.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
I
Up
know.
close. More so than I think any of us.
Oh.
It was terrifying.
All I've seen of it was the time it dragged, well, all of us here, I guess. I assume that was it. And the time it ripped apart Legion. Or at least dragged him under the water.
Let's see.
Oh, fuck. That means Legion's dead.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, probably.
That's one good thing to come of this, I suppose.
He was a devil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
He was.
Yeah, definitely.
He was a very powerful devil.
As you look through, as you investigate it, I'm gonna share the next page with you, Tag, since you're the one with the book.
Cool. Oh, interesting. Selshay appears to be about her. This is the next part. She stays out of sight and out of mind for the most part. As far as I can tell, the Shadow Fae is the oldest among us. Her age carries power, and she withers those around her if she wishes to. She was a member of a League of Assassins who served the Eladrin Emperor of Cahulus until until she started killing her own to rise above the ranks. When discovered, she ended up here. She seems to act above us, with some certainty that she will never be released from the table. So she resides in the shadows, protecting our young lord at all the time, and trained the Silk Renders among the Zugaiken. I believe she also spies on the table members, and for all of these reasons, she is the one I fear the most. Even when writing this, I fear the eyes that might hide in the shadows. Unless she's no longer around.
What?
Just as he was reading that, the only thing I can think of is how unfortunate it is that this is one of the first places Fenris began having her visions of Selche, and all the answers were right there. Just points at the floorboard.
Oh no.
That would have saved you so much grief. And what's terrible is that you described it a little bit, and it's very possible Mother Tyr heard, knew what you were talking about, and probably to a degree couldn't tell you.
That's fucked up.
That is screwed up.
Pat Fenris.
Leans on Lexi.
That's unfortunate.
She was terrifying. That's really all I have to say. It's unfortunate that that's the first Shadow Fae I've encountered since the Accords, but...
Yeah.
Is there any more?
To delineate, as you look through it, Taguchi, you find more information on a couple of the table members, clearly written to prime people to face them. You also find a paragraph page that is fairly recent that dictates Artorias, their arrival here, and the conditions of them having been captured and taken to the Bastille. But as you've resolved that situation, it doesn't prove to be terribly important. However,
as we read them, we see quest get, quest achieve, quest get,
totally, yeah.
I just go until I find something that seems more relevant.
Though not... among them, you find one page that seems almost just like a small digression. I'll show this to you. This is the last majorly relevant thing that would be found in here for you.
Gotcha.
Boom. Again, if you guys had come here earlier and found this like earlier in the campaign, I would have been like, I have so much for you, but you've kind of just done all the things. So it's okay. It's a lot of it's stuff you know.
I was gonna say we did all of our side quests. Yeah, we're
unless you're hounding for more information on the table members who are dead for that sweet lore.
Yes.
I can show you.
Wow.
I need to learn. I need to learn more about Ravissimo X Yugi. All right, that's what I need to know.
Oh well, I'll just go to the page that details that fight.
Just give me all that dish. I just want it for me.
This one is about the hunger of honokuni. Most hear it and think of it as the country itself, but I've heard it in enough context that I believe it to be something more. It is said in certain records left by table members, hunted, and those from the early days of the country that the hunger of honokuni is its true ruler. Some believe this to be the Red Moon, where folktales say the blood lost in our country goes. Some think it is a being that watches over the land like a predatory animal. I believe that, whatever it is, this hunger is more than a metaphor. I believe at the end of honokuni, when the ritual finally ends, its true meaning will be shown. Old accounts repeatedly cite that all within the country are food meant to satiate the hunger of honokuni. I pray this is not a prophecy. Oh, sorry. Oh no, it does say that. Sorry. If you seek the end of the cycle, pray thee, be prepared to face the answer to this question. Didn't know we were playing Final Fantasy.
Sad. The card game that kids play?
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Give me back my.
I'm surprised that game
moon.
is still around. That you know about it.
You know what? Just for fun, just because you
Kind
brought
of
it up.
old-fashioned.
Wow.
Yeah, I did roll for you. There is a page on Ravissimo in there.
Woo!
Oh, cool.
Than the one you got.
All right.
Fuck you, Moon. Give me back my blood.
Oh.
Revissimo. I know little about her, despite her vainglorious behavior. I understand she was once a celebrated dancer and singer from Cahulus, who was afflicted with a withering disease called white skin. And white spelt not, the color.
Yeah.
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 I mean, either one's a problem, am I right?
Yeah.
Freaking Emmanuel comes out of nowhere. Emmanuel comes out of nowhere. Whitey's got to pay.
Afflicted with a withering disease called privilege.
Oh shit.
And so began to lose her beauty and talent. She turned to the necromantic and sorcerer's arts to retain them, becoming something beyond death. In my world, she is precisely the sort we do not tolerate. This abuse of magic is sickening. She's a lich, obsessed with beauty and glory. She has been assigned the Bastille. Yuwakusha. Yuwakusha. Thank you. To guard and has made it her home. Her ego is her greatest weakness. However, be aware that she is beyond death. To kill her once would remove her from the hunt, but she would return and has been, in the past, spiteful and filled with a desire for vengeance. I believe her soul exists somewhere within the Bastille, and if its container were destroyed, she would be killed truly. If that container were destroyed, her soul may be forced to return to her body as well, and if it is, she may be weakened. There you go. Revissimo.
Makes sense.
Glad that's done. But yeah.
Just a page in there that's just like, Sagittarius. What a dick. Next page.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she knows what's up. Yeah,
I mean, there's not, but like.
Yeah.
Petty ass Mother Tier, like, let's fucking go.
Thank you, Mother Tier. He's an absolute. You know what? You get a flower for that. I'm gonna go put flowers in her garden.
Oh no.
Stop doing that.
You basically tag, you're just looking through this book, effectively being like, oh, these are the campaign notes. These are like, oh look, if we fight the Zukaiken in any major conflict in Bochi, Sagittarius is certain to be there. Oh, what a neat hint. Okay, thanks.
Are there any notes about Hirohito or specifically like the barrel knife or anything like that?
Quickly, why don't I say roll me a wisdom check just to skim through and see if you can find anything, because there's a lot of like scattered notes about things that don't particularly matter all that much. But there are some.
Is there anything about that rock?
The rock? Oh yeah, the rock that is in Kyoha?
Alexi rock.
I'm gonna roll that. And I'm sorry about those results. Oh my god!
Oh, look at you go!
Oh my god!
And should apologize more.
You're right.
I'm also going to add a D4 from my pact talisman just to make it a little, maybe even better.
Nice.
As you look through, as you search through, you do not manage to directly find anything that seems to pertain to Hirohito beyond a general note that Mother Tier is more concerned with him than she seems to be of Samurai directly, but those concerns seem to mirror a lot of what you guys have already encountered. You do encounter a note in there that effectively summarizes that she had also, and this is relevant to you, Miriam, and I assume the tag will pass this on, but that notes that there was, she found evidence of an artifact that she searched for some time, that eventually she searched the gravesite for, didn't find it, and that she concludes that somebody took it, which is effectively what she told you when you guys asked about it. Beyond that, most of it seems to be scattered, not a lot of it's useful. There's a lot of stuff that would just be repeating things that you already properly know. There are a lot of instances of her being like, Jakku is an Ifrit from the elemental plane of fire. I don't know what that is, but it sounds terrible.
Sounds awful. Is it just fire? Is it just
How dare you?
only fire?
Yeah.
How dare you?
There's a
Do
lot
not
of
speak of my queen like this.
there's a lot of her being like, I don't
speak of my dead queen.
I don't understand the world these people come from, but what I understand of what I have learned is this. And then it's an outsider's sort of assumption of what it was. But you know basically everything else at this point.
Gotcha. Is there any notes about her? About Mother Tyr herself?
About Mother Tyr herself?
Mm-hmm.
Did
Like about like the world she comes from or anything like that?
You know what? You did roll a pretty high wisdom check. Looking through. I'm gonna try to find something for you real quick.
My one regret is I'll never be able to see my best friend David Dern again.
Oh my god. I'd be so happy.
But I'm sure he'll wish. But I'm sure he'll wish me back when he wins the war.
I was gonna say, like, when is this? Because if it's after, fucking, I was like, what you doing hanging out with this old lady? Like,
No, it's
Who is this?
My real name. It's like her real name was Elizabeth Dern.
Oh, that would be
Yikes.
beautiful and tragic.
Mother
That's
Tyr Dern.
Yep.
Elizabeth
I once had
Tyr
magical polio.
Let's see. Pardon me while I'm just calling up some notes here. Searching through, you find a journal that does seem to digress. In regards to how she ended up in Honokuni, you find what seems to be a passage that records it. It doesn't seem to record any information that specifically calls out any weaknesses or habits that she has, but you do find a page that if you are interested in hearing it, categorizes why she's there and her regrets at being there.
Yeah, be super interested.
This one is formatted differently, so sharing it with you is more trouble than if you don't mind, I'll just read it.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
My demise came naturally. A friend within my clergy was set up by agents of our enemies, and my own order thought her to have committed heresy against her own. I knew the truth, and before they could punish her, I committed every sinful act I could think of to draw their accusations to me. So I fled, and tracked down those who among my clergy had set her up. I killed them out of anger, broke my oaths, and before I knew it, I ended up here. I would have been willing to die here, but as I learned of the nature of Honokuni and its people, I realized I was more valuable on the table, counting against those who would torment them. To my benefit, the young lord draws a resemblance in me to his late mother, and so he adopted me as his favorite. I suppose my presence brings him comfort. I de-seated a particularly cruel dragonborn who held a seat on the table before me, and I have dedicated myself to doing what good I can here.
Cool. What's a dragonborn?
Oh my
That's what I
God.
came to know. I thought it was just a... It's fucking...
Oh, it's just a giant lizard.
Lizard people. They don't belong.
Some sort of lizard folk.
Oh my God.
Damn.
There are then 20 more pages of their racism toward lizard people.
Oh no.
You've never talked to her. She's just like, heckin', they're dragonborn in your world? Yeah, but most of us feel like there shouldn't be.
Oh.
Mother didn't know.
Oh,
There's no functional foundation for why.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
This is of course all not canon. We have to keep the image of her as pure as possible.
Yeah, sweet old lady, yep.
The multiple layers of that's a bit racist when in truth she's just talking through the fact that if we go back, I'm probably going to be like, no, you know what? No one else gets to play any of the really Forgotten Realms based races anymore because they don't make sense in Fate anyways. Moving on.
God damn it. Anyway. That seems to be all of the relevant notes.
So what the
things
fuck
that-
is our plan now?
I mean,
We could go back and help Keen look for the king, but he said he'd be back here in about a day, so we can search through the forest for the one who protected us before in his grove. But we could get lost if we do that.
We could get lost in the... I'm sorry, but is that really a priority? I know you want to release that soul, or whatever, but I feel like our priority needs to be figuring out how we're actually getting out of here.
Until we have everyone around, we have to just wait for the others to get here.
Sorry, I was thinking of a silly joke to make, and then I realized we were talking about that. So what we're going to do is, hey, I want to ask for that knife, because I want it. Then...
Need it.
If we come here and we leave without it, I will be entirely cross with myself. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask for that. The rest of us, we're going to ask to leave or whatever other things you might want. No one go on the table. I'll kill you. And from there, we then don't leave, because that's stupid. And we now know we will die for sure. And we will turn around, and we will go hang out on the mountain. Because that's what we were asked to do by Seiryu no Tenkei. Once we have returned there, after making the request to leave, we will simply sit and wait and watch and see what will happen, because no one's ever done that before. They always wander off into the fog to their assured deaths.
I might be misremembering. Was one of our wishes going to be like to take Hirohito and Samurai to the mountain as well?
I believe so.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe we discussed it with Seiryu no Tenkei, and his...
He said they would just refuse.
His assumption is that they would consider that, or rather Hirohito would object to the point that they would consider it a wish they could not fulfill.
Okay.
However, if we just simply don't leave, they must come.
That's fair.
By all means, you're welcome to try. I just feel like
yeah.
They'll say no.
I just couldn't remember at the moment if that was still the plan or not.
Hirohito seems to have a strong objection to the young lord ever. Samurai, sorry, it's such a habit to never say his name. To Samurai ever meeting with Seiryu no Tenkei.
There's definitely a deeper reason about it.
And that's our step one. From there, we do what we do best. We break things and nearly die until it works out somehow, and we get the hell out of
possibly
here.
just die.
Probably not, though. Like, ideally, we've made it this far, and I've yet to give any of you permission to die. So, keep up with that. A couple of you.
I'd be failing my job if I didn't.
If we
keep
do
you
die,
guys alive.
like, Bannerus, how many like diamonds do you have left?
Fenris will retrieve her bag and ruffle through it as I check this amount.
In Fenris'
like,
case,
none.
diamonds are less of a concern anymore now that she has that scroll.
Yeah, but
That's
they can
true.
have Flux hold them.
Yes.
I have... Oh dear, this doesn't help me. Just throwing stuff over her shoulder. Diamonds. Where are my diamonds?
The scroll like mitigates the cost, right? Like it does. It just
Fenris, Fenris can cast those spells without the material component, so long as she's attuned to the scroll.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, sick.
And
That's good.
I believe we have a decent amount in between me and Flux.
I believe I used my soul diamond on bringing Nemric back.
Right.
Well,
I don't know that I have
here we
any
go.
more.
I
could.
have four. I have four
am not
diamonds.
entirely
You have
aware of my
four?
own inventory currently.
oh.
If you grant me
Alright.
anywhere between a day and several days, I'm not exactly sure the time span, I will at some point become much more aware of my capabilities and the things I carry.
It might be
Okay.
good
buddy.
to hand some of those over to Flux at some point, just in case.
Yes,
Since
when,
he is
when
the only
Flux
other one who
is of a
can
better
help with
mind,
that.
I'll give him.
I could
Okay.
definitely go for a snack.
Don't eat it.
Wait a minute.
Don't eat it. Stop.
We should eat since
Oh,
Flux
we
brought
should.
that up.
You thought I was being serious. I was trying to make a joke.
Oh.
It was a good one.
It's
You
a
see,
good day
I
for it there.
am a warforged, and we do not need to eat.
We know.
Okay.
I also don't
Do you
know
get it?
exactly.
Yes.
It's very funny.
I also do not know exactly how they're going to react whenever we just turn heel and walk the other way. Which is why he motioned to
Sound like-
Kaviana. Which is why I'm sorry that I seem to be rushing it, but I do think that if we don't do it before going there, we will most likely not bring that being peace.
I don't believe it's like Hirohito Samurai will see us off at the edge of Honokuni or anything. I believe they will grant us simply the permission to leave, which, as far as Samurai is concerned, is true. We will believe for now. And then we will wander off into the mists and be devoured by the Beast of Ezra. That said, if this is a pressing concern, we can address this as soon as possible. If we dispel everything, their soul should be free to go anyways. Or at least the fog protecting Yorika Castle will likely dissipate after this curse has been lifted, and it'll be a much easier time for us to find him.
Most definitely. My only concern is that they have bound themselves to that place, and even if we do go back into our regular world, or this place goes back to there, then that person may still have themselves bound, and though that's what they wanted, I feel that they should be rewarded with some peace.
They're not our problem.
I'm the first person to agree with you, Nemric, but with everything going on, and with what little we know about...
I just know we have a day to wait for Keen.
I just want to point this out in case you guys aren't registering this. This is one of the most objectively good things Nemric has done.
Don't take it like that.
I don't know. Like you're really going out of your way for this person, and
I repay my debts.
I mean, we passed by, but we were zip zap zooping so fast that we left them quick enough that Lexi got incinerated. If they were like really protecting us, we could have sat there, but we were in such a rush that it didn't really affect too much. So I just think that this is, I wouldn't say uncharacteristically kind, because I won't claim to know you that well, but for someone who works for who you work for, color me impressed.
This place is absolutely terrible.
You're from hell.
Listen to me.
Right.
This place is worse.
Oh.
Well, for you,
at least to me. Maybe not to everybody, but to me. And
yeah, Kid, that's fair. Like. No, that's fair to you because
I was about to say.
Flavor.
And when it comes to those we've met here, everyone has tried their best to make things better for those around them. And even if we were not amazingly directly brought into this, we know that this person gave up their family, their livelihood, and everything about them to make some part of this place habitable in some way. And when we did pass through, we were being chased, and we were able to get a brief respite, even if it didn't end up mattering too much. I want to repay it. But, again, if we can't find it, we can't find it. I feel the only time we would be able to find it, however, would be when we're not pressed to do other things. And with us waiting on Keen for a day, as he said, I feel that I would like to, at some point, look. And if I have to look on my own, I will.
I'll go with you if you wish to look.
Yeah, I think that's a bad idea if we have you look on your own.
Is there a possibility of getting lost?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
Trying to find it?
We got lost the last time we looked for it so badly that we ended up at our second destination.
Right.
It is why I was hoping that Mother Tyr would have been here before we found her where we found her.
That's a risk. That's definitely a risk.
It's a risk, and we don't have time to take it.
You can do it all you wish. I am not trying to say that we have to make it a priority. I really am not. You
just would like to try, at least, is what I'm gathering.
This person deserves rest even if they don't want it.
Another way we could do this, if you wanted to have an easier time of it, is if you wanted to expedite this process, because obviously I think once we've broken this curse and we're all free to leave, it'd be much easier to find them. If you wanted to do it sooner, as long as our requests allow for all of us to leave, if many of us make them, and others can make small individual requests, we could make a request to simply be brought there.
I wasn't going to think that any of you would use your request for that.
I obviously can't use mine for it. But
I do not believe that all of us will be getting anything. For example, I don't think that I'm going to be able to request anything, but I also didn't think any of you would want to use your request for my little excursion. So, sorry, I'm
or
still in
once
the habit
Keen
of...
is back, you can also have him take you there. There are ways without wandering through the Akuma Kyofu blindly. Unfortunately, we just don't know this place well enough that we can reliably find them. We could take a chance, but we could end up right on Samurai's doorstep.
Keen had said whenever he left, he would probably not be able to do much of anything else. That is why I brought it up now. Again, this is not something that we all have to do.
Yes, but you intend to, correct?
I intend to try.
Yes, and it is in that respect that we cannot let you go alone, because you could end up right next to Inuyari's den again if you're unlucky enough.
And dead. Again.
And as I've asserted before, regardless of me being a good or bad guy, I have not given you permission to die.
Then come with me.
Oh my goodness.
I say we do this. Yeah, I don't see there being a total downside. While we will be wandering around, probably lost for a bit, Nemric's not a terrible navigator. If we keep him at the helm, if we get maybe Sniffer Sniffs over here to give him a hand, you'll
Lexi, would you
pat
be willing
Lexi's
to
head.
help?
I usually have a good sense of direction.
Oh, Viona. Well, he gives us something to do for the day. But for now, I say we get some rest.
Of course.
You guys are messed up.
I would say that I don't mean to be difficult, but I am being a bit of a brat.
You haven't made many requests, and this isn't the most difficult one. It's out of the way, but there are many more dangerous things. My requests have led us here, so I can't begrudge you this.
What a world that this is when you admit that you're a brat.
Okay, so you guys wish to take a rest. May I ask how long you intend to rest for? Are we doing like a long rest?
Let me sleep.
We're intending to properly long rest. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
One. So what would that be?
We'd like to do some honk sheet.
Because after being lost, in the Akuma Kyofu, and then however long our dungeon delving, I think we're close-ish to a resting time.
Awesome.
While we're resting, I'm gonna turn it.
I'll allow it.
Turn into a fox and snuggle up with Peg so you can get pictures.
Oh!
Bitch.
Yeah.
Fenris will lean up against Nemric and knock out.
Nice.
Punch a hole through the wall and then go to sleep.
All right.
Oh.
You guys
wild
take.
bitch.
You guys take a long rest. You spend your 8 hours sleeping within the area. It feels cold, even with the fire lit and trying to warm the area. You still feel an absence here that is noticeable. There is a chill that runs through Mother Tyr's abode when Mother Tyr is not there to occupy it. As you rest, Fenris.
Yes, Logan?
Oh.
Similar
Yes,
to the
yeah.
dreamlike visions that you had had before ever coming to Honokuni, similar to the ones that you had whenever you began to dream about Selche as she was following and spying on you. You find your mind drifting to, very briefly, what you take to be a vision put into your mind by Honokuni.
No.
As you dream, initially in the dream, whether you mean to trance or not, you do find yourself slipping into a dreamlike state. And as you dream, you initially, in that way that you know what your dreams are always about, you think that you are searching for the druidic figure, the Firbolg. You, in your mind, believe you are doing what you all intend to set out to do. However, the dream is interrupted when the voices of those around you become distant, when your friends seem to disappear off into the forest that surrounds you and leave you briefly alone. Something that you don't recognize happening until it has already happened, leaving you on a empty, quiet road in the middle of the Akuma Kyofu, mist surrounding you, trees looming tall and fog pushing inwards and preventing you from seeing others as you hear the voices of your teammates slowly echoing and declining into the distance.
Guys. Okay. I would probably keep walking on the road, praying to God that my friends find me. If given, like, a what do I do? Or, like, call out.
As you do. As you begin to walk.
Fiona?
You feel a warmth on your back. A comforting, just radiant heat. You see light pouring from behind you. More light than you're used to at this point, but enough that as you instinctively turn around to face it, you see that clouds have broken, the fog behind you is gone, and looking towards what you can now tell to be the western path that leads towards the Yorika Castle, you find that your image of Honokuni peels away, and what you see ahead of you is a clear, more resplendent take on it. The sun is out. The sky is blue. In this dream, you can feel the sun on your skin. Trees are mostly either green and lush, or the various cherry blossom trees that surround the area are in full bloom with soft pink petals falling from them gently onto the, as you look down, now well cared for, smoothed out path that leads up to the castle. The Akuma Kyofu in this dream of yours seems to have cleared.
Like it's gone?
It no longer strikes you as the demonic forest it had been before.
Yeah, formidable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You had recalled that it once had a different name before being called the Akuma Kyofu. It doesn't come to your mind readily, but the party is aware that the Akuma Kyofu is a name given to it after it became what it is now. A soft wind.
Restored all to its former glory. Wow. What else do I see?
As you take it in, and as you bask in this warmth that seems lifelike, you hear very clearly behind you a familiar voice, excited, childish. Well, not clear at first. You hear someone talking behind you, and then they get calling out, saying something excitedly, as if a child was being taken to get ice cream. You hear just excitement, a fervor in their voice. You hear the sound of wagon wheels turning, what might be a carriage. And as you finally turn to face it, you find that whatever is making this noise is much closer than you expected. And you see, with a wagon being pulled behind them by a very large ox, walking beside it, well, not walking beside it, one of them riding on it, samurai, riding on the front of this wagon that's being pulled. You see him leaning off the edge of this wagon towards a tattered figure who is wearing relatively old-looking clothes. They look disheveled. You see Samurai excitedly leaning over the side of the wagon, be like, "You're absolutely going to love it there. I'm not sure where you've been before, but it's great. There's going to be lots of room for you to train, and we're going to get you new clothes." And as you see the figure they're talking to, you see a somewhat dour but kind-looking, with a soft smile that betrays the sternness you've seen on them. You see the other figure being Hirohito, walking beside them, looking up. There is a tired veil on them. You can tell this is someone who seems world-weary. You've seen this look from people, often elves, people like yourselves, who could find no place during the time of the Accords. You see
I've
him.
seen this expression in the mirror.
The veneer of a person who has failed to find their place in the world and feels rejected by it. You see them walking, and they call up a smile, and you see an expression that you, Fenris, recognize. You see the feeling that you might have felt when you finally found your home at the temple, as it seems like whenever Hirohito raises his eyes towards the blue sky and sees Yorika Castle on the horizon, recognizing it as a home he's being welcomed into, you see a moment of happiness and certainty cross over this tired man's face with an innocence that you do not recognize from the modern Hirohito. And all he says in return to Samurai's excitement is merely, "I'll do my best to make it worth it. Thank you." As these specters walk past you and begin to head off into the distance, you hear Samurai's continued excitement as he seems happy to be bringing home what he seems to consider his new best friend. And from behind you, as you watch them head towards Yodika Castle along this road, there's a cold wind that sweeps from behind you, and following behind it, a red glow that overtakes the forest, and in a moment seems to lash across it in your dream, returning it, as soon as these specters are out of sight, returning it to being the Akuma Kyofu you know, cold, corrupted, and as you look back towards where they went, you see the shadow of the castle on the horizon, a red moon leering behind it. As your dream comes to an end, and you find yourself awakening. Around this time, you would all find yourselves waking up. Rested. No one suffering from any kind of madness.
Are you sure, Logan?
Flux wakes up. No!
all of you find yourself somewhat recalling that your rest here was one of the first times that you rested properly and found kindness in Honokuni, and here you are again, so close to the end, resting here a second time. You wake up and feel the cold chill of Honokuni's constant, bone-chilling atmosphere seeping into you. I want to say seeping into your bones, and I was like, maybe 3 times in a sentence is too much. But there it is.
Bone.
Bones. It is now time. You would know based on the distance between here and Bochi that Keen is likely to return within the next few hours, assuming nothing goes wrong. If he manages to get there, find them, and then bring them back, he should be back within a few hours.
Okay.
It's just us lost still. The fog just parts. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Also, apparently they didn't take it away.
Should one of us stay here and wait for Keen and possibly King, or should we all head out and look for this thing in the forest?
So that might be a good idea. I could cast locate. Well, that's only in a 1,000-foot radius.
It would help point us if we get close enough. The biggest thing is that we also lose track of time while we're inside the Kyofu.
True. I wouldn't mind staying. I'm not very good at tracking.
I'm good at tracking, but someone needs to stay.
I can stay. It's fine.
I don't like this.
Being split up?
It's not even just being split up. I have a feeling.
It's hard not to have ones like that when we're so close to the end of something so dangerous.
I know you want to free this, and I understand. Listen, I'm all about helping people where I can. But there's something in my gut. It feels like if we do this, we're not getting out of here. I don't know how to put my finger on it, but I vote we all wait for Keen, and we just hope that their soul is saved if we even fucking fix this.
To be fair, it's not like waiting for Keen would hurt. Can you handle a couple hours, Nem?
We can wait for Keen.
If we wait for Keen and King, while I'm sure they will be kicking and screaming, it's not like we can't at least try and find them on our way. And if we stumble onto the road and it parts, then we'll fulfill our roles as we have to, and we'll come back.
Sounds good.
It's all fine with me.
Does that work for you, Avi?
Yes.
At least then we'll be together.
At least then we are still as a group, and we at least have a guide, assuming that that ability isn't taken away from him.
1 second. I'm gonna grab one of Avi's hands.
What?
Okay, stay still.
Staying still.
Okay, I walk across the room. I pick up Lexi.
Oh.
I bring her over. I put her hand in Avi's hand.
I think I'm still a fox, so Paul.
Oh, perfect. I just put all of Lexi in her hands then. There you go. Stress relief.
You're just being patient, Avi.
I know it works for kind of everybody. Oh, sorry, Fenris. Keep going.
No, I was just that was all. I was just thanking her for her patience. I know that that's hard.
You're just trying to keep me from hitting things, aren't you?
It's hard to when you have something like that in your hands, yeah. And you
might
know,
have to put down Lexi.
Big puppy dog / fox eyes Alvy.
Yeah.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
How can you say no to a face like that?
You can't.
Little Lexi face.
Listen, if just anything goes wrong,
we'll
We
be
can't
together.
plan for things to go wrong.
And precautions, right?
Hold off on your little death boops until we start walking you.
Fenris huffs.
See you.
That is exactly what she was planning to do. You know me
We'll
too
wait
well,
until they get
Miriam.
here.
I know, but I can only do a few of them a day. It just would be
So we'll save them until they have a higher chance of being used.
Full stop.
Sometimes it sucks to do nothing. I get it.
Fenris will settle on messing with Lexi's ears on the whole patience thing. So Avi's still holding Lexi, but Fenris is just holding her ears and being like doing the thing where you make them perky and then you flop them, and then you perky, and then you flop. What was that? One up. Never mind.
Avi,
Wait.
what?
thank you
For what?
for bringing up what needed to be brought up. And not fighting me more on this. Thank you.
Sure, whatever. You're welcome.
If it ends up being something we can't do, we'll obviously keep our own necks out of trouble before we risk ourselves for someone else. Can't find him soon, then we'll find him later. Or, like you said. He will give a slight, just like nodding bow, and then go and sit off on the corner of the room, looking out the window.
He's trying, Aviana. You have to give him that. He's trying.
I know. Just
I know it's hard to have patience with him.
I don't trust it. I don't trust any of this shit. Even with what information we have, there's something more, and I can feel it. And I don't know what it is, and I hate not knowing.
I'm sorry if I get us to fight the Sephiroth super boss.
I think Avi's experiencing that feeling when you're standing next to a ledge or like a pool of water near the ocean, and you look down and you're not quite sure how deep it goes.
Yep.
It's just an unease.
Try to focus on what's in front of us.
Yeah,
I know
eat
that's
your
hard to do.
tasteless paste.
Sorry, I just thought it was me. Anyway.
Speaking which, Flux, can you help us make that tasteless food paste?
Thank you, Flux.
Cast everything he has, create food and water.
I just had a moment because I was like, oh, I need to prep my spells. I'm like, oh, no, I don't. I'm playing Hobby.
Can't even fucking change the smell
I know,
of the food
I need
paste.
to prep my...
Unfortunate.
You want smells?
I can't. We can't. I tried.
It doesn't help.
It just won't really overtake the agar wood. You can get hints of it, I guess.
I wanted to make it smell like food before, and then Logan's just like, even though it smells like food, it doesn't do shit. I'm like, ah! Even it seems even muted. Okay, smell.
Sounds like these. I'm glad I don't I don't eat food anymore. In this specific instance, it's coming in handy.
While we're waiting, Nim will just be looking out the window toward the forest, and every now and then just writing in his journal.
I agree. I think it is quite fortunate that neither of us have to consume food.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Logan.
Mmm.
He slops more flavorless food paste on a...
What have you noticed?
I've noticed that investiture of ice has been checked off, even when we've done, like, rests and stuff. Can I just uncheck that?
Sure,
Or
but
is it rolling for it to be recharged?
well, it shouldn't roll. It should just come back.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
I'm not saying you should
Something
know.
amazing.
I'm just gonna check and see if I'm gonna check and see if it got like changed to only doing once or what's up with that.
Maybe.
1 second. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Okay, that'd be under the item. Maybe a wire just got crossed somewhere. You want to be able to invest in ice? Is that what I'm hearing?
Never gonna be cold in these parts again, Selberon.
Oh my god.
They're gonna be toasty on a marshmallow, see?
Oh, I see what's happening. I see what's happening.
What's happening?
It is...
With greatness and...
Yeah, effectively, it's set to recharge, but it's set by charges, and the amount of charges that it is set to recharge is 0.
0? That's
You get one shot.
Yeah.
What would this I do? But
There you
heckin'
go.
cool. I just wanted, yeah.
It should
'cause-
work from now on. If it
yeah.
doesn't, honestly, it's coded in a way that Kit and Caboodle, the extension lets me code things that way. It's actually grown past the need for it to be coded the way it is, so I could just consolidate the whole thing if I wanted to. But I'll deal with that when I'm not busy. So see you in 2 years.
Whoa.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I guess we wait.
Yeah. Just sitting, scritching Lexi, lightly humming to herself to calm down.
All right.
I'm waiting patiently for someone to feed me.
No, I'll feed
Oh,
Lexi.
I feed. We feed with baby spoon. Or fox.
I'm gonna quickly roll.
That's an
some
80-year-old woman.
And she needs
Listen,
someone to
here comes
feed
the
her. Is
rock.
there something wrong with that?
No, it makes sense for her age, I guess.
Listen, you're also
Agreed, they
super
are.
happy when I turn into a fox and you get scritches, okay? Don't point out how weird this is.
Listen, here comes the rock.
Yo, right. Fuck.
Just gonna roll a bunch at once, man.
Is this not demeaning?
Oh, my fucking yes. Oh, I've had that on.
Could be better.
It's beautiful.
I love it. Such
Okie
Avi
dokie.
energy.
So guys, you guys wait. I'm just going to quickly go 1d4, kaboom. 3. Okie dokie. A few hours pass as you guys wait here. I'm just going to go ahead and go to the thing and tick off those hours. 1, 2, 3. A few hours pass. The sunlight from outside is right in my eyes. I hate this 5-minute period of every day. The sun is just the worst. Go away, sun.
Oh, can you close your curtains?
I don't have curtains. I have blinds down here. I have yet to set up the blackout curtain in front of the door. I need to do that, but I just haven't found the time. You guys wait. Some time passes, and eventually there is a... Are any of you keeping watch for anyone, or Or are you all
Yeah.
just inside?
I'm watching out. I'm watching out the window.
With how restless some of the people can be, I can't imagine they would need something to do.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
just twiddling my thumbs is what I've been doing this whole time.
Abby's perched up on top of the Mother Tier's house. She's on the roof.
So, before these few hours pass, as you guys finish your conversation, you hear the sound of that same bell that plays whenever people are allowed through the forest. You hear it echoing, and though you don't see anything around you change, you hear it, and you hear it roughly every hour or so. You hear it go off again. After about 3 hours pass, Avi, you see two figures emerging from the mists, and you quickly recognize them to be Keen and to be Artorius, approaching the cabin. No one else seems to be present with them.
She'll raise a hand, just kind of beckoning them.
Artorius raises one back as they approach. Good to see you well!
You too.
Keen does nothing, doesn't regard you. You're not even sure if he saw you.
Nah, it does. I don't care.
Aw, damn! He said you ugly.
Listen,
damn.
Avi doesn't care.
Hayden, though.
Hayden's crying on the inside. Nah, I like him like that. Anyway.
Artorius looks up towards you on the roof of the house and just calls out, are the others all here as well? Or have any of you wandered off?
Even though they wanted to, they're all inside.
I have some things I should relay.
Come on in. She'll fly down off the roof.
Then he should do it without delay.
They walk in, they open the door. You guys see Keen open the door, look to all of you. They don't step in to Tyr's abode, but their eyes just dart from one of you to the next, and then they just, very sternly, whatever you have to talk about, make it quick. And then they step to the side and they lean against the outside door frame without entering. Artorius, on the other hand, they enter, they raise a hand in greetings to all of you as they do so. They
Good
walk.
to see you again.
Indeed.
Waving a paw.
Keen has informed me of what happened. Well, we were separated, and I believe I have another side of some of the information you found to give you. And they walk over, they find a place to sit against a corner of one of the walls, lean their back against it. Well, not corner, it's a circular room, but you get what I mean. Keen told me you are already aware that the Gentle Nest was, including the interior, was attacked, and most everybody was killed. Our guide who had brought us there, they remain alive. They were not present when it happened. They were still out on the errand that they said they would go on.
Radio coma?
Yeah. They brought the mirrors.
Yeah.
We saw fit to shatter them. We weren't sure exactly if the attack was because they were angered by the theft of the mirrors or not, but given how close we were to the end of things, we saw fit to destroy them.
There.
Okama also relayed to me that when they returned to the flooded Bastille, they had encountered, briefly, and they stayed out of his sight, they had encountered Hirohito there. What? When they went there, they relayed that they saw him approaching on his own, accompanied by no more than a couple of Zugaiken members and a couple of Crimson Butterflies. He, almost entirely disrobed, he took some airtight container down with him, and he dove into the flooded Bastille. He spent some time below, and when he returned, he contained a jar that was full of ash, which I now understand to be the ash that the Zugaiken members may have been using to make their weapons capable of killing us. I now have a suspicion as to where it came from and what it is. I believe that ash that they have likely came from that large fire pot. The one that was granting visions, yes. The one that was in the chamber below. If I had to guess, I would suppose that the ash that fills it may be in some way, their bodies that remain of previous members of the hunted or the table.
Both of those seem like understandable explanations for it.
I suppose by putting that on one's weapon, it allows the ritual to act as if that weapon is being wielded by a member of the hunt. That room is not flooded, according to Akoma. They swam down pretty readily. They are, after all, a sea elf. Which in your world apparently is a more common thing. I was surprised to hear this. They swam down and they found that the room did not flood, that water refused to break through that passage of darkness that is below.
It wasn't allowed in?
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense.
And despite the fact that that room should be suffocated because of that, there was still air to breathe.
Wow. Seemed a little bit like a plane all its own, even if it's not quite that.
Mm-hmm. By the time Akoma had returned, the Gentle Nest had already been attacked. All of their allies had been killed, their supplies destroyed. Although they suspect that Vigami and Shiga may have escaped. They said something about their coffins being undisturbed. It's possible that the one who attacked, who we now know to be Mother Tyr, is not aware of the mechanics by which vampires in your world live.
She also mentioned they had gotten away. I gave Lady Akoma a vague warning. I'd suspected that Mother Tyr might be working more closely with the young lord than we had been led to believe for a while. So out of an abundance of caution, I told them to be ready for anything.
With the Gentle Nest destroyed and all of their allies gone, I would suspect those two have gone into hiding.
Ifune went with the stars, right? Yes, I think you should be fine. That's good. They don't need to be involved in this any more than they have to be.
No.
That would be a tragic end for someone so kind.
I'm uncertain of what Akoma plans to do from this point on. They seemed relatively disillusioned. They may attempt to find Vigami and Shiga, but they seemed crushed by the loss of that place.
I think
It is
her... Go on, Emmerich.
I was going to say, it is a thing of, for others, if we do fail, then that is something that can no longer be utilized for the future, so I could see them being upset.
Also, Lady Akoma's considerations for the Gentle Nest were simply in the betterment of the people who are suffering in Honokuni. I think it would crush anyone who works effectively as closely as a doctor as she does to see that harm done to them. I imagine even Mother Tyr must have felt somewhat the same way, even if they had a duty to do.
If Mother Tyr was aware that the vampires survived, despite her seeming lack of knowledge about the mechanics by which they would survive, perhaps they were purposely being ignorant of their survival.
I'd believe that.
That would make sense for her.
With that said, we did manage to accomplish one major thing. The Zugai can still refuse to come out. They have kept themselves locked up in Skull Keep, and they have not been tormenting the people of Bochi. we investigated, and Dead Man's Wake is also unguarded. So the stars took this opportunity to rally as many as we could, which turned out to be most of the people in the city, apart from those who have gone into hiding. We have managed to effectively have the entire city. For what that's worth, that being only a few hundred people. They have retreated through Dead Man's Wake. Some of the remaining members of the Stars are taking them to Tenchiseki. From what I understand of this place, this is the most notable migration of any amount of people. Even if we manage to fail, the innocent people of Honokuni are now beyond the reach of the young lord, unless they decide to take the fight to Tenchiseki and to Gelfus.
That is good news.
It also means that if anything
Fantastic
happens in
news.
Bochi from this point on, we need not worry about casualties.
That's good.
I suppose we're at the end then, aren't we?
As close as we'll
Suppose we
get.
are.
However, there's information we should share with you as well.
Hmm.
And Avi will go into telling them all of the info that we learned about, like, the actual end of the hunt, what happens to us, like, just blah at them about, like, what happens if we actually try to leave through the mists, all the stuff that we learned, just to blah at them about that.
Oh, I wish I could say I was surprised, but...
Right.
I think putting our faith in the dragon is our best lead at this point.
I think it's our only option.
Yep.
Surely hope he doesn't fuck us over, but who knows?
Well, given our timey-wimey shenanigans, I imagine some form of us succeeds at this. Otherwise, how did Gelfus get out of here? He does, or did. I don't know. Time is stupid.
It's not stupid.
mean,
it just doesn't function through here.
Aw.
When it does what it's supposed to, time is actually very cool.
Mm-hmm.
You're such a nerd.
I'm sorry, Fenris. I didn't mean to insult your domain.
Fenris will pout.
Aw.
We gotta
We wanted to
get
make a
you
pit
so many
stop.
clocks.
We have a duty that we've agreed to on the way towards the castle. If you would humor us.
What is it?
There's a Fyrbolg town whose family's been helping people for generations. One of them has effectively mummified themselves and created a small area of peace within the Akumakyofu. And Nemric here is honor-bound to help us free their soul and
You say it so
grant
weird.
them some peace. Well, what? You're either doing it because you're good, or you're doing it because you're honor-bound. You said you repay your debts.
Those both seem wildly out of character.
Right? I think I'm proud of him. This is progress.
No,
It's working.
He might vanish
I
any day
approve
after
of
we
this
leave.
turn of character.
I just squint at my friend Nemric. Yeah. What a character. Is all just wrenched at himself, just looking at him.
Begins sharpening sword.
I promise, Wrench, I'm the same person.
He's got his hand on the deck, ready to pull out a card.
Oh my god.
No, I really promise, Wrench. I really promise.
I had noted that since our approach here, the bell has been ringing and the path through the mist that would easily lead to the castle has been opened. We had to purposely go off the main path as we approached here.
I actually think that might play into our hands here. Because the path cuts directly through the center of the Akumakyofu towards the castle, I think it'll be harder for us to get lost as we move towards this body, because it was not very far from here, as far as I understand. It was in our fleeing from tribulation from here that we encountered it. So I think that if we make our way in that direction, and we find ourselves at the path that we know we've gone a bit too far, and we can try and redirect from there. I think partway through,
you hear from outside, just Keen being like, "The mechanics of the forest aren't what you think they are."
Dang it.
This place isn't somewhere that you navigate based on space. People that wander into the mists are moved around almost randomly.
Interesting.
Well, I'd hope.
We can look as long as we feel that we can give. I don't want to make anyone lesser for our final trek.
I simply ask that you humor this brief dalliance.
This is foolish.
I agree, but I think it's important foolishness.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't either. I think we have more pressing matters, but you've all insisted.
Avi, we're here. It's okay. The table's gone. The only danger to us, he's going to point roughly in the direction of the castle, is over there.
King comes in, moves your arm a bit, so it's actually pointing there.
If there's any moment you can let those shoulders untighten for just a little bit, it's right now.
No. But I will go.
And hey, I promise, if anything seems dangerous, I will get out of it.
Fucking better.
No stupid moves from this guy today.
So what are we doing?
If anyone's exploding, it's just him.
We're trying to release the soul of this mummified Firbolg. That's the idea.
That's what we want to do.
That
That's
shouldn't
the
be-
idea.
And how do you plan to do that?
particularly difficult.
Fenris can do that.
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah.
I have a scroll that, and she'll fumble and pull it out and turn it to Keen.
A relic of Lady Kaguya.
I'm not
Assuming
giving him back my shit.
you are assuming the soul is where they are.
It's true. I mean, we could be wrong.
That's the best that we could assume.
Your description leads me to think they're already dead.
Yeah, that seems true. Although we've met a dead body that had a soul in it. And in fact, that's how we got the scroll.
We released a soul that was entombed, so I think it's possible. I wouldn't put it past someone like Firbolg to tie themselves to the nature around them.
If this is something that is fruitless, I am sorry. I do want to see it through.
If you waste our time and jeopardize me getting out of here, I am going to make you regret it for the rest of eternity, Theory.
Aviana just points at Keen in agreement.
I'm going to rip your wings off, understand?
I'll help.
Avi, you're agreeing with Keen a lot, and that's worrying.
I'm just saying he's making good points.
He is.
I playfully hide behind King.
Cute.
We should move on then.
We should go. If we're doing this, we should go right now.
Yes, I agree.
All right.
Oh.
I turn back into a people. I'm a people again.
Take Lexi's hand to stop herself from doing anything stupid. It's like, I'm just gonna...
I'm gonna make sure to not bring out my wings this entire trip.
There is no surefire way to navigate this place. But if you intend on going to a location, the best way to end up there is to focus on it and hope that the mists humor you. So,
all right.
Let's randomly wander, shall we?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Logan, I can't believe you're gonna get us lost in the fucking forest again.
Let's go!
Me?
It's your
Logan, I can't
fault.
believe you.
Logan.
Doing it.
Come on, we can do it. I know.
How dare I present you with challenges in D&D? That's not what we want.
Where are we going?
We don't know.
All right. Okay, guys. So you are. Let's say we're a bit late in today. But let's take a break right here, and then when we come back, we navigate this forest.
Woo!
La 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 la
Okay.
la 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 la. Let's get lost.
Fucking hell. If this is the fucking cloud thing from Fate and we all get separated and we're going weird directions again, I swear to God, Logan!
You can't save us this
Why
time,
do you
Finn.
mean you've been here twice?
Okay,
You've done
no.
this. I'm all about blaming Logan for things. This is
Yeah.
not one of those things. I'm blaming
That's
Cody.
fair.
No,
That's
I'm blaming
fair.
Cody
Okay.
for this.
Okay, Cody!
I'm the one
I
who
love you
should
so
be blamed.
Also, this gif is like, this is what I'm talking about. That's Avi at Keen constantly this whole time. Is like, see? See?
That's so funny.
Listen to this man!
I don't want to.
No,
No.
I
I
just
don't
want to
think I
bring
will.
up, if it wasn't for me, this man wouldn't be making as much sense as he is. Just saying.
Listen, ho.
I'll be right back.
I will also be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
If it wasn't for me noticing Keen was weird, you guys wouldn't have noticed he was weird. Also, hi, chat. How are you? I'm getting back in so I can say hi, to
chat.
you. I'm coming, chat. I'm on my way. I'm on my
We're
way,
on
chat.
our way.
There we are. I can see you now,
Misery
chat.
For me. I, Braden, am sorry for Fenris roasting Nemric.
I've been wanting to come here for so long, man. I've been wanting to come
I'm
here
talking
since
about
we
the
got
whole
the
muscle
scroll.
bound thing.
Oh, that?
know.
I just wanted to make it canon.
I know. And I
Or
wanted
at least, you know, I wanted him to
He
stay
used
at
to
be
be
canon.
built.
I've died 10 times, dude. I want to know where all the rest of those stats came from. And I've decided it was all strength.
He was once Nicolo.
He was once a himbo.
Oh, that's a time that affects all my heart.
Well, like
I
I'm
can't
looking
be-
at
he's
my
evil.
I'm looking at my
That's
stats. People
I
can
mean,
do
evil
himbos can do
himbo,
evil
maybe.
things.
He's
They
not a
can
true
do evil
himbo.
things, but they need to have a heart of gold. It's on. They gotta be strong, dumb, heart of gold.
I have a heart of gold, fool's gold.
Oh,
Straight to
Emmerich,
jail.
don't make me fall in love with you. Stay
You're
away.
Grimbo.
Grimbo.
The evil himbo.
But yeah, I'm looking at all my stats, and it's 14 strength, 19 dex, 14 con, 13 intelligence, 19 wisdom, and 14 charisma. So I've just basically decided it's been a somewhat even spread, except for these last couple of ones.
I'm attuned to the hammer, chat.
And freaking, it's mostly
never
just came from his
understood
strength and con, so he's just lost muscle mass.
Himbos can do evil. Look at Halloween game.
Exactly.
I mean, what?
Look at that Quinbo.
Oh,
Ugh.
a Quintus. Can't believe Quintus betrayed his.
If we do end up getting into the secret Sephiroth boss fight, I'm very sorry, guys. I know I was joking about it earlier, but like this is a place that can pull people from other worlds. So if Sephiroth is here, I'm sorry.
All right, I don't forgive you, but it's all right. No, I didn't unattune from anything because I found a different way to do the thing I needed to. So that did not happen. It was one of the options put in front of me.
Wow.
And that's the jewel from.
Bring up chat. Hi guys.
What's the gem from Inuyasha called? The Shikon?
Oh, the Shikon Jewel?
Shikon Jewel.
Yeah, it's based off of the 4 seal jewel.
Do you have it equipped now?
No.
Konotama.
Because Fenris is like the worst person to ask to attune to anything because the 3 things she is attuned to, there's no way you're gonna be able to pry her away from.
Take some levels as an artificer. Get that extra attunement slot.
Oh, joy. Yay. What I always wanted.
What does the Shikon Jewel do when you attune to it?
In this, it lets you do a couple effects over and over again, and then it replaces spell components.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that it let me see. Okay. It has 4 charges, never regain. While attuned to the jewel, you can use an action to charge and cast any spell that is on the spell list you are capable of casting. requiring no components, including material. The spell must be 5th level or lower and have a casting time of an action or faster. These spells used have your spellcasting modifier, but have a bonus +2 to both.
If you would have told me that before, I technically could have used that for reincarnate while I still had it.
Ouch. Well, you were there
But
when I got it.
I got rid of it though. I got rid of reincarnate though, so it's fine.
I know. The final charge it permanently it also is a spell component worth 500 gold piece. So it can once used as it can't be used until next dawn. So I can use it as a spell component still.
Well, you don't need to use it as spell components anymore because you got the thing.
No.
Hey, how dare you, Feldrick? I never said this place was worse than hell. Nimric did. I said it's worse than hell for him because I agree with that.
That was specifically like it's like this place is worse. Well, for me, it's worse.
I was about to say. I think
I'm not a tormented soul in hell. I'm just a guy who lives there.
Oh.
I just go here.
I just live here. It's great.
I'm back. Having that, you know what that makes it possible for me to cast now. I think.
What's that?
I can cast Dawn because before I didn't have the spell components, and we didn't catch that at the time. But I think this Shikon Jewel says a 5.
I believe it has to use its other effects before it can be used as a spell component, however.
Ridiculous. Well, I burned them all on prestidigitation because I don't have it. I can't do that because I don't have it.
Ridiculous.
Womp womp.
If I recall its old description.
Sure.
What?
It's been a while though, so I could be wrong. Oh, they're talking about the not Shikon Jewel. And I was just saying that it's after I think its effects have been used enough that it has no more charges that it becomes an omni spell component.
Yeah. For things under a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I have to attune to it outside of that, right?
That's what Shikon. What are you talking Shikon Jewel? It's a 4-sealed jewel.
I said the not Shikon Jewel.
I don't even know what that word is. What is fucking Shikon? What's Shikonin? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't need to deal with this, okay? I got enough things stressing me out. I don't need to deal with your nonsense right now.
Sometimes she split. She get banana split.
Sometimes she cone. But if fucking it's the 4-sealed jewel. It's the 4-sealed jewel, you 4-sealed fool.
Oh, so the total damages have come out in world news. One silly tweet cost a company over $20 billion.
Oh my god!
Market
what? Ain't that the way?
Good.
A guy made a fake. Yeah, I mean they're literally monsters. But some guy made a fake Eli Lilly and Company, one of the companies that holds the patent on insulin in America. And that patent was sold in the 20s for $1 because the people who invented it wanted it to save lives. They took it and have raised it to over several $1,000%, so over $240 when it costs around $10 to manufacture. And so someone made a little silly verified account with Twitter Blue that and they're like, we're excited to announce that insulin is free now, and their market capital dropped by $20 billion.
Wow.
Damn. Good. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them in their assholes.
That's why Twitter Blue got taken off, because it was such a shit show.
Really? Yeah. It wasn't the people impersonating Nintendo and flicking everyone off. And...
Oh, I mean, it was all of it, but that one was one of the
amongst
coup de
other
grace.
things.
Yeah. There's bugging all the advertisers and making them leave, and then there's taking a multi-billion-dollar medical company and being like, "Hey, we're gonna make you hate Twitter forever." $20 billion. It would take 31.7 years of making $20 per second to make that much money.
Holy fuck.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
I hope they go out of business.
So political economics are cool. You guys want to go back to playing D&D? Are we all
Yes,
back?
I do.
What?
Cool.
No.
God, yes.
Let's go play D&D and
All
not
right,
do anything political
let's fucking
We've never done that.
Twitter's on fire. Period.
It's D&D.
He knows what's up.
Bye, Chad.
Bye, Chad.
Fuck you, chat.
Bye, chat.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
So aggressive.
Warriors who terrify.
It's D&D. Fucking.
Oh, Sam Regal, you fucking gem of a person.
Oh,
Huh?
so good.
Oh, he's the one who made that song.
Sam Regal? No, he's not.
Song.
The D&D Beyond?
No, it's a
No,
different song.
We're doing a different
Lynch
song.
song. Yeah.
No,
Oh.
we're singing Stephen Lynch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
Oh,
Super
that
wasn't on
one.
the same
I
page
mean,
as you
you're
guys.
right.
Yeah.
Just not for this reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Your statement is correct, but not related to what we're doing.
Yes.
Yes.
He is
yes, that
he is
makes
a
sense.
treasure. He is a wonder boy. Okay.
I love his D&D ads.
Yes. He's I love his ads. Full stop.
Period. Yeah.
Come on, Fantasy Grounds,
Alrighty.
be nice to us.
Alrighty. What's Fantasy Grounds doing?
I want you to be nice to me.
Oh, you want to be now? Oh, I see.
Good day.
What a foolish request. All right.
Yeah.
So, my guys, you wish to head out into the Akumakyofu like idiots. Just
Like
like
fucking
total
idiots.
fools.
Yeah.
Like fucking
It's
idiot.
fine. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but man, is God judging you right now.
Don't
I'm
worry,
judging
I'm being judged
them.
by everyone. I understand.
One of us is an idiot, yes.
Keen is the if you take Artorias and Keen and find the midway point between where they are, between their absolute tolerance and their absolute disgust, that's about where I am.
I like that
I'm-
Artorias said that they approve, and that makes me happy.
Anytime Keen makes a point, Avi does like the fucking Will Smith like at his wife. It's like, see?
All right.
God.
All right, so people, we're going to leave this up to you guys. The others will be with you, but we're going to keep things simple. We're going to keep this to the active party members. I need you guys to roll survival checks.
Let's go.
I'm telling you right now, I fail.
Yeah, well, you know from
Survival,
experience
yeah.
that they're
Okay,
difficult.
okay.
Ooh, natural 20.
Oh, that's
Wait,
good.
I also got to do it.
Yes, you too.
If you're an active party member.
Dirty Twinbee.
I got a dirty
Got a
21.
lot,
Oh,
got a
shit,
lot of
it's so
high
dirty.
freaking rolls there.
Please carry me.
Take that out.
Please,
Oh.
please help.
So dirty. Take
I'm
it out of
lost.
the dirt.
Let me get one for Flux. Survival, there it is. Alright, Flux, you're amazing at this.
Flux, don't fuck it up.
Oh,
Two nat 20s! Look at you go,
So there are
motherfucker!
2 nat 20s
Horrifying.
among there, huh?
Help. Help.
It's just that you're getting off too easy.
How dare you?
Is what it is.
they can't keep getting away with it.
Fantasy Grounds hurt me.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little bit of wibbly wobbly with timey wimey.
Little rolly rolls.
1, 2.
Stop that.
It's like how we got the
Time alone.
multiple nat ones last time, and that's when we got super lost.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
congratulations, you gamed it. As you move through the forest, you find that all of you moving with specific. I could roll for Keen and Artorias just to see if it tips it into failure. If I was mean, I would do that.
Oh, yeah.
It crossed my mind. I'm not going to because I like it when you guys succeed. But I'm just noting if I wanted to. I'm like, if they both failed, it would tip the scales back the other way. But we're not gonna
It's
do
probably not gonna do anything.
We're not gonna do
anyway,
that.
no.
As you guys proceed, you travel for what feels like about an hour to you, but is an amount of time that, as you know, you cannot rely upon. This place dilates and contracts and expands time in unreliable ways. But eventually, you do, in fact, come to this calm section of forest. In the center of this large grove, that when you enter into it, you feel a soft warmth on your skin. The flora here seems more inviting, like it's growing and flourishing a bit more. You see this grove that at the center of which you recognize the body of this Firbolg sits, a staff that looks like it's made of the twisting branches and bark of a tree sitting upon its lap. You once again find yourself in this place where you can find a moment of clarity and calm.
I'd like to go over to them and just kind of waiting for Fenris and the others to get there, just kind of like leaning down toward him.
As you come towards them, you find their body is... The skin is pulled back somewhat against their bones, but not in an extreme way. They look to be meditating, but you can tell there's no breath. There doesn't seem to be any life. At their feet and surrounding their body, where they sit with their legs crossed, flowers seem to be blooming.
You want to say anything to him?
If you want to make flowers, this is the best place to.
He will.
Yeah, why not? Might as well add yours into the mix.
He will just be like, I do not know if you're in there, but you've done well protecting this place. You need not do it any longer.
Fenris will help Nemric with the flowers and put up some incense of her own. Kind of kneel down next to Nemric, unfurl the scroll, and give it a shot. I'm going to try to spiritually banish this person.
What does it say you can target with that?
Undead creatures.
Well.
Further, including under the control of... Okay, so I wouldn't try that. Would it be flash release? No.
It was, I mean, it would be whatever we used on the guy.
I'm trying to remember which ability.
He was a lot closer to undead.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
What you see in front of you seems to just be a corpse that is preserved by magic.
Fenris will roll up the scroll. Wait a minute. And put her hand on Nemric's shoulder. Nemric, I think this person's already passed on. Maybe this was the last thing that they left here, but their soul is gone onwards. I can't release his soul if it isn't there. But...
No, that's fine then. This place... They were clever enough to be able to escape then.
Perhaps this happened during the period that honokuni was coming to fruition.
No, this is Ifune's uncle.
Oh, right.
Yes.
He definitely was here after.
Whatever...
Escaped or no, I think that freeing this place would guarantee that they can find some rest.
So either way, I'm sorry I couldn't
Sorry
help
for
more.
this. No, it's... If he's gone, then I'm happy. That's what I wanted. I wished to make sure before heading out. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for humoring me.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Stop it.
You were.
I just...
And look at this.
What a waste of time.
The good thing is often a waste of time in people's eyes.
No. It is still a waste of time, but glad his soul's not there.
Fenris will offer a hand to help Nemric up after standing.
He'll look to the Firbolg. Give another just kind of bow with his head and let Fenris help him up. Thank you again. We can go.
Remember, crouch down next to the body real quick. Hey, I don't know if you are in there, but your nephew's all right, and he's grown to be a pretty cool guy. He helped us out, and we're gonna try and make it that he doesn't have to do your job anymore. So, stiff upper lip, and If you are stuck in there, we'll get you out soon. But I don't think you are.
Oh, what a badass. Gets stuck in this place and then through his own power gets out. He'll start walking off.
Proud of you, by the way.
To the road?
Looks back to Femris.
Proud of you. She'll loop her arm in his, and come on, let's go.
Aww.
Let's finish this.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
As you guys are about to head out, as you head away, Keen does briefly walk towards the body, inspecting it more closely once you get away from it. And, though he doesn't give any indication why, though he doesn't say anything to the corpse, he does reach down, take the staff that it's holding and turn it, and plant it in the ground in front of it.
We'll just smile at that.
And he follows after you guys. I'm gonna roll another check, because now you guys are trying to find your way back to the road. So, let's see. Actually, you guys, everyone, roll me survival checks.
Hey,
Let's go.
Sometimes,
Make me.
Flux, sometimes I feel so much smarter
Damn.
when I am around you.
Baby, look at us
boy.
matching. We got 27.
Oh my god.
Let's go, Nat19s, baby.
Terrible, I had last time.
Okay, everyone's
Hell
rolling
yeah, those
well.
are some good fucking
Maybe
rolls,
this
boys.
will be
Let's
fun.
go.
It'll be fine. Oh, why was there a
Oh my god, another nat 20. Well, alright, so I'm just gonna save us some time. One sec. I'm just gonna, here we go.
Hell
Boom.
yeah.
Let's make
That's
this
part of it.
place our
You
bitch.
get a nat 20. If you get a nat 20, you get where you're going. Them's the rules. Heckin'.
We're getting the good rolls out now.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
you get murdered. Yeah.
As long as it's not
Yeah.
canceled out by a nat 1. Fucking, did any of you get a nat 1? None of you did, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Lowest roll
got that
is
D6,
17. I think. Yeah.
So, just so you guys
Where did I
know,
get plus
just for
4 from?
for the pure sake of trivia, just so you know, despite your wild success, you lost 12 hours.
Oh.
Wow.
No, I believe it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man, my grudge knock is fine now.
Oh,
No.
Uh,
crazy.
as you walk forward, you hear the ringing of the bell in the distance, and eventually use that sound to find your way. I have hiccups, I apologize. You use that sound to find your way back to the path where the mist parts and the road. Fenris, you recognize the distinct place that you come out as being the same one that you were standing in your dream. Despite you never having been on this particular part of road before, it is exactly the same in vivid detail. You emerge onto a part of the road, look out to the distance, see that the mist has parted in such a way that the moon hangs behind the peak of the mountain where Yodica Castle is nestled into, with the moon casting giving a silhouette to the castle itself. You guys look like you have safe passage if you wish to head that way.
Logan, a thing I saw on TikTok, and I don't know if it works, to get rid of hiccups, just remind yourself that you're not a fish.
I'm not a
You're
fish.
a human being.
I am a human being.
Keep telling yourself you're not a fish.
I'm not a fish. I'm not. I'm a bird.
Do any of us remember if this place had a name before it became what it is now?
The Yodica Castle?
No, the forest.
The Akuma Kyofu?
Oh.
The name
Oh,
before.
goodness.
My Kuhilian history isn't so specific, unfortunately. Most of my stuff was Retian in nature.
Since I am not dreaming anymore, Mr. DM, can I think really hard about this?
Sure.
About the forest?
Roll me a wisdom check.
I'll start looking in my
okay.
books.
Control
I was
F.
hoping
Akuma
for a
Kyofu.
history check, but all right.
No,
You didn't learn it through knowing about history. You learned about it through something that you found and would have to. Oh, it's a nat 20!
Holy shit, Brent. That's 2 in a
That's
row.
2 double nat 20s. One for me, one for
knows
Brent.
everything.
What's
I'm gonna
happening
keep
today?
these dice. Okay, sorry, continue. Yes, Mr. DM. What is that name?
1 second, I'm finding it for you.
Man, we made him mad.
You're not making me mad. I had to open something so I get it right.
Also,
Sexy
what's the way?
This, yeah, no, I was just verifying I remember correctly. You know from the note that was left behind that Taguchi had found.
Oh, in the burnt building.
That originally this forest was called the Apple Sea.
Right.
That's way better.
If Fenris will just like look at the trees, put a hand on it, and then, as if she's the apple seed. That's the name. The apple seed.
What?
Is that how it's pronounced? The apple seed?
Yeah.
No, the apple seed. That's what this was called before.
That tree?
No, the whole forest, like a seed,
Oh.
but not like spelled apple C. It's apple C, but.
Yeah, you guys remember that in the note that had been left, there was a documentation that Hirohito and his Zugaiken were invading, and they were coming through the Apple Sea. It marked that they could see them on the other side of it. It only became the Akuma Kyofu once, it became a mist-laden, yokai-infected demon forest. Yeah.
My Akuma.
Well, this road has been the road for new beginnings. Let's hope it's a road for new ends. Hurrah, team!
No.
All right.
No.
You guys head towards the castle. With the path opened, but no carriage, travel takes about an hour as you move your way through it. As you do, the image of Yorika Castle silhouetted against part of the full moon in the distance, the manor rising up against the mountain range behind it, the slowly building sound of a waterfall and more numerous lakes, as you know there is a large source of water up there, becomes more frequent. Eventually you come to the steps that Keen would have been guarding, that you originally saw him on when you passed by on a carriage. You ascend them, cutting through a large part of the path, avoiding the path that a carriage would have to take, and you eventually come within range of the relatively warm climate of the Emerald Lake that the Yorika Castle sits within. And my alarm goes off. Why do I even... Why is that? Why every day? Why every day? Get out of here.
What time in honokuni
I set
does
that
the
for a
alarm go
recording
off?
session like 2 weeks ago, and I just never turned it off, even though it bugs me every day.
That should be a bingo.
My alarm goes off? Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happened too many times.
As you proceed forward, the bell continues to ring. You see at the edges, as you approach, there are Zugaiken members here. You see up in the watchtowers, Zugaiken members have been positioned. There's a creaking sound as the very large drawbridge that separates the shore and the castle itself unwinds, lets down, a clatter as it strikes the ground. Small ripples in the emerald water disperse outwards from the impact as it stops just above the surface of the water. On the other end, you see crimson butterflies having manned the devices that lower the bridge, disappearing, returning back to being invisible, as you are given open access to the castle.
Hey, Wrench.
Yep.
I'm kind of quiet for the last day and a half. You doing okay after, dying?
I mean, I think
First
you said
time?
it yourself. Yeah, first time. Well, technically.
I feel the need to inform you. You kind of died twice.
Oh no.
That's why I said technically.
Oh, I see.
You know what
Yeah,
else
but
dies
not like.
twice?
Look,
Shadows.
this one wasn't like last time.
No, you died. You died twice. I brought you back the second time.
Shadows die twice.
Hopefully you only ever have to do it one more time, and hopefully it's one of the boring ways.
Sick.
Yeah, permanent.
Only if it's one of the boring ways.
Yeah, maybe in my sleep.
Yeah, that would be a bad way to go.
Nah, knowing my ass. I'll probably have it here.
No. I will bring you back the next time. And Fenris will put like a heavy hand on his head.
Unfortunately, if you want to get away with dying, you gotta do it far away from any of us.
They are persistent.
I have so many spell slots and
What's a spell
scrolls.
slot?
I have so much capability to bring you back. I know I screwed it up the once, but I will bring you back every other time, I promise.
Logan, question. Do I remember seeing that like tentacle creature thing?
Yep.
Okay. Did that happen the first time? Like when I turned to ash and then
When you
I was
died the
taken
first time, you actually got prevented from going too far into death because you got gentle reposed, so you sort of got stuck in a state between death and life. So the first time you died, no, you did not. You didn't experience that.
That's what I figured, which is why I was like, nah, this time is different.
Yeah. Now, when you died this time, you experienced seeing the big old tentacle beast moving within the mists. Then you experienced a view of the gentle nest's interior with a bunch of broken mirror shards, which you now would maybe surmise were the the mirrors that were brought from the lower Bastille, which means your soul tried to pull itself to one of those mirrors, but it was broken, so then was allowed to return to you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually a really good thing that you guys sent Ion to do that, because if those mirrors were still there, no member of the hunt who died would be able to come back without breaking their mirror.
Oh, damn.
Their soul would get trapped in it. So.
I'm glad our suspicion was correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Water in a well.
I'm sorry I couldn't. I wasn't. I'm just glad that it worked out in the end. Pat pat. And wrench his head. Pat.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that fucking thing?
What do you mean?
When you die,
I've never
tentacle
died.
creature thing.
No, but that sounds like the Beast of Ezra.
Yeah.
From
You've seen it.
what?
1000%. Whenever you got dragged into Honokuni, remember you went through a
Oh,
torrent
yeah,
of water
sure.
and whatnot, and
Oh.
it was around you and attacked you and tried to pull you in, and briefly was encountered and fought back. Whether or not that was a vision of the real creature, you don't know, but what you saw was then fought back by what you now know to be Seiryu no Tenkei, and then you washed up on the shores of Honokuni.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you,
I hate that.
you didn't see that wrench. That part was something
Okay.
they went through. You
That's what I was like,
entered
this
through
is
the
all new to
mists
me.
on solid land. They fell through water that connected to the Shadowfell, and they sort of whirlpooled their way here.
I also
Gotcha.
saw it whenever I went blind. I hate it.
A short amount of time.
I was gonna say either blind or every time you died.
Oh,
glad
I've
I've
actually
never
not
seen
seen it
this
when I've
thing.
died. The last thing I saw was
Yeah, Tag has
Different.
no idea.
Yeah, I have no clue. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
the last thing I saw was different. Looks to flux.
Something much worse.
Slow, silent zoom in on his on Flux's eyes, unknown of where he's focusing them, with just as the camera gets close to his face, just a glowing, just a slowly rising.
It's, it's that slowly rising Jumanji theme.
Hell yeah.
But I guess that makes sense that you saw them when you died, since if you try to leave this place, or if your soul tries to, maybe as a hunted.
So, yeah.
Well, that won't be happening anymore, as the pets on your head become more distinguished. I'm gonna just do a little death award since I was stopped earlier. do a little death word on this scamp.
Let's go get you some more cheesecake, Wrench.
Get death worded, nerd.
Yeah, you're not.
Get death warded, nerd.
Go ahead, put it on him. Death ward him. There it is. Get death warded, you fuck.
What level?
Take
spell
that,
is
you
that?
bitch.
Fourth. All right.
That is a
One
fourth
fourth
level
level
spell,
spell.
yeah.
Yep.
End of the line. Let's go. Hey, hopefully we can eat before we have to do anything else.
Yeah, you think the young lord will give me a cheesecake?
Hell yeah,
Oh, hopefully.
Hope so.
You know, I'm going to do this in advance. Fenris is starting over to Miriam.
You keep saying that how good they are. I want to try.
You starting over towards me, Fenris?
Yes. I'm
All
coming to death ward you, and you cannot stop. Well, you could try to stop me.
I grab your hand.
Punch him in the face.
I didn't know you wanted to hold hands so badly.
I'm slightly off
Yeah.
screen.
Fenris will just frown. Nice try, Miriam. She does it. Give the one moment.
You only need to
Of
touch me.
pause.
I literally can't stop you.
Damn.
Counterspell.
Why would
if
you
you wanted
do
to dodge,
this?
you could be like, you make a dexterity save
I
or
could
something.
actively avoid like getting out of the way, but eventually she's gonna grab me unless I resort to violence.
Jump in the water, Miriam.
I
Respect the
think
tone
even
of the
if you
semen and
resort
jump
to
in the water.
violence-
Wrench, if they do give us food, you need to let me try a piece of that cheesecake. I'll let you try some of my crepe.
Nemric, if they give me cheesecake, and it's my last meal,
you're being scary.
I ain't giving you a goddamn crumb.
I can guarantee they can make enough for everybody.
I'll ask for
But if
my
they
own.
can't,
And it's all yours, baby.
I'm like, you just see like him trying to pull his arm away from Wrench at that point. Wrench just glaring and like holding onto his arm. Not a damn crumb.
Not.
Wrench is carrying me.
Aye. You guys see the flaming eye on Jigoku Saga light up on the back of Keen. Oh, so this is where the young lord lives.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard about this place for a long time, but I've never been here.
The more the merrier.
I never thought I'd see it, if I'd be honest. Alright, so what's the plan? Like, as soon as we're in there, we, like, stab them!
See what they want.
As soon as we're in there, you
that's
stop
a bad
talking.
idea. That's a really bad idea. We'll go through all of our formalities. We'll do everything as per its textbook description, and then we'll. Hey, there's plenty of time for stabbing there.
My.
While I'm saying that, can I just take a look over the side? I just want to stare into the water.
You look into it, you see the emerald green water that is below you. Some koi fish swimming through it. Light seems to dance off it in a particularly playful way, despite it being night.
Alright.
What are you looking for? Anything in particular?
No, that's it.
It's a couple feet deep. It's like deep enough that, as it was explained before, you could like
would
it's like
prevent
waist deep.
movement,
It would
yeah.
it'd make it hard to move, but it would not. It's not deep enough to like, you don't have to swim.
Yeah.
Lexi would be
that-
like up to her
that's
shoulders, I guess.
saved
But
my memory.
the wrench would
Yeah,
just
no,
be a
we're-
tiny
we're
head on the
here.
surface.
We're here on pleasant terms. If violence were to occur here, it would be very bad.
So wait, if I'm up to my shoulders, how's Wrench doing?
Look up his
We're
chin.
Yeah.
You see a snout coming out of the water as he just walks
Yeah.
while looking straight up.
corners of his mouth a little bit under the water so he can't open his mouth or he'll drown. So there's just yeah, really, really prominent just...
Oh my god.
No.
Slightly deeper section. There's just a brief panic.
You guys head across the bridge?
Yes.
Yep.
As you do, you walk in, you get to the external area, to the outer guest house that exists near the opening on the lower section of the castle grounds. You hear the sound of the bridge closing, raising up behind you as you walk past. Moving forward, Sugaiken members are present, as noted before, looking to you as you pass by. Hands not on their weapons, but you can feel their distrustful intent. You do not see Baroth among them as you move, and as you come to the ramp that leads up to the main castle grounds, the main upper elevated area, you see standing at the top of it the familiar form of Hirohito. The moon behind him, causing him to be somewhat dark and silhouetted against it. As there's a moment of recognition, he stands, accusatory eyes, but otherwise mostly expressionless. The time has come. Follow me.
As it has. Lead the way.
You all walk up. As you do, you catch up to him, unless you don't. Unless you choose not to.
I'll walk alongside.
With the 100 feet or so of movement that it would take for you guys at your general pace to get to the mansion where he seems to be leading you. He walks towards it, reaches his hand out, unlatches the lock that is on the front of the mansion's outer gate, stops. Well, you've been here. You've managed to evade our sight. And you have found a great deal of things that you shouldn't have.
You can be a bit nosy. We beg your forgiveness and your forbearance.
My opinion's irrelevant. However, he very suddenly clicks the lock open. The sound of the metal latching is startling. I presume that you wish to leave, and when you do, my request is that you take those things with you.
I think that's a fair request.
The wooden gate creaks open as he walks forward. He brings you into the mansion, into the central mansion itself. Takes you around the sides. Walks you over to the same stairway leading to the second floor. Takes you up. Navigates so that you are all outside the same room that you joined together for the introductory feast that you were at. You see lights through the paper doors shining through lightly, the inside already lit. He puts his hand out, and as he does, two of the doors in the hallway you're on, there's two sets, one near you and one a little bit farther down the hallway, both leading into the same long room. They both slide open, you surmise pulled open by the butterflies, who are ever present. And he beckons for you to enter.
Goes on in?
Yeah, wanna walk in?
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, you all pass by. He seems wordless, but his presence seems massive next to you as you pass by him. Whenever Keen passes by him, you hear him very briefly mutter to himself, just to Keen. You just hear an, "It's a shame. I saw a lot in you." Keen stops very briefly. And then he continues onwards, not saying anything in response to being addressed. You all walk in. There is a place for each of you. Whereas last time, what you wanted to eat was requested and brought later, the table is currently full of effectively the same assortment of foods that you had asked for the first time that you came here, as well as some variations on them. And not only that, but there is more than there was before of the portions of what you had asked for. Certainly much more than you feel that you could eat in one sitting, unless you really tried Wrench.
Pleadingly to Wrench.
Challenge accepted.
There are at least 3 of those cheesecakes.
I roll
pleadingly
for
to Wrench.
devour. I roll for glutton.
You're a glutton
Come on,
for
Wrench.
punishment, that's right.
Come on, Wrench. Just one
Wrench
piece.
sits,
Just
takes
piece,
one
man.
cheesecake, lifts the whole cheesecake off a plate, sets it on top of the other cheesecake, takes the third, sets it on top, cuts himself a mega slice of triple cheesecake. Stares
man.
into
Young.
Nemric's eyes as he eats it.
Pretty on brand.
I mean, you gotta roll a con check to make sure you don't throw up
At the
after
head
you
of the
eat 3
table.
whole fucking cheesecake.
At the head of the table, the doors close behind you, and you see at the head of the table Samurai, looking rather happy to greet you all. The same childish. Stop wasting your 20s!
Oh my god!
Cake.
Okay,
He
bringing
ate
it in,
all
bringing it
those
in.
cheesecakes and was fine.
Bringing it in. You see Samurai at the head of the table. Once again, happy to see all of you. This table, once again, being relatively low to the ground, you would have to sit, probably on crossed legs, to sit at it. The doors close behind you. You hear steps outside. And you become aware, and one of the doors behind where Samurai is opens as Hirohito enters through a separate door and closes it politely behind him and stands in the corner, relatively close to Samurai. As you all find your seats, Samurai seems to wait until you do, and when you all find your seats, immediately perks up. Not that he hadn't been happy, as mentioned, he seems happy to see you. So I guess we're near the end of this. I must say, things have rushed along quite quickly, haven't they?
Seems so.
Faster than I expected.
Quite different to me. It's been so long since we've seen you, young lord.
Indeed.
Because of the time stuff.
I'm very sorry that we weren't able to have the banquet that we planned to. Things got a bit carried away.
It
We
was a lot
apologize.
to our fault as well.
Yes, we apologize for any difficulties we may have caused during that period of time.
It's been a very long time since there was a case where every member of the Hunted managed to defeat every member of the table. You all survived. That's so rare. I'm happy for it. And, I thank you for ensuring that the death of the last member of the table was one that was respectful. I would have been upset if undue cruelty had been expressed there, but thank you very much for treating Mother Tyr with the respect she deserves.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I
They
absolutely
were
agree.
quite powerful.
She killed me.
Same.
Unfortunately, that is the nature of this ritual. I am confused, though. In previous hunts, whenever a hunt had died, reviving them without making sure their soul didn't slip from their body was almost always impossible. So I'm surprised they managed to bring you back, Wrench.
Perhaps we were just lucky.
Quite talented as well.
Perhaps something to do with the final table member being defeated at the end was why. In any case...
While he's saying that, can I just get a read on Hirohito? See if he displays anything other than his usual stoic face.
Roll me insight.
Come on, Miriam.
Oh, you guys are on fire tonight.
That's pretty sexy.
Look at you guys go. Proud of you.
Give it time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, give it time.
I'm sure it'll
Yeah,
turn.
for sure, yeah.
It's
The moment
end of
initiative's
arc.
rolled, it'll turn.
Lore.
Oh, yeah.
The end of arc lore part.
He, standing in the corner, he has his arms crossed in front of him. He has his usual armaments prepared, the sword at his back, the gun blade at his hip, and though he is in attendance, he seems to actually be keeping his eyes closed, as if removing himself from the situation. With that said, with everything you've learned about Hirohito, his presence fills the room far more than it had before. He's almost impossible to ignore, and you can tell, just based on pure instinct, that eyes closed or no, he's present and he is aware.
Alright.
I'm in no rush
There
to...
are many... Oh, sorry.
So, no, you go ahead.
I was just going to bring up that there are many more in attendance than were here the first time. Many more Zugaiken and the others around.
That's just to ensure that things go smoothly here at the end. If things had gone differently, then other members might have been here. But in the past, the hunted have come to grow resentful of the Saigo clan's hold here. And it would not be unheard of in the past for a member of the hunted at the end to try to do me harm, so Hirohito insists upon there being additional security. Although it took some coercing, the Zugaiken were retreating for some reason. We'll be interrogating that in the coming days.
So I'm guessing there'll be no time for games then after dinner?
He opens his mouth to speak, and Miriam, as you keep your eye on him, you notice Hirohito's eyes open just slightly as they seem to look to the young lord, and there's some... You're certain it's not even, like, not in the sense of telepathy or anything, but there is some unspoken communication as the young lord seems to wish to speak something, and then not out of fear, but out of respect for the situation, pulls back.
No, I'm afraid, in this particular case. We would like to wrap things up relatively quickly.
Understood. I would say next time, but I don't know how well that would be translated.
It is our hope that by tomorrow morning the sun rises again. Well, not the sun per se, as there is no sun that rises in Honokuni, but that light once again bathes this place. And that we can start to rebuild, as we always do. A new table will be established, perhaps one that is more efficient, perhaps one that is kinder, depending on your decisions here. But for this moment, until this ends, I can grant you whatever you wish, and you will be given it once this ritual completes. But before you tell me what you want, I would like to ask all of you. You have seen Honokuni. You have seen the way that things are, and perhaps have opinions about the way things could be. There are certain members of the table that I'm not infatuated with the idea of keeping. I would ask, are there any of you who would wish to stay and try to make this place, this realm that we are unfortunately trapped in, would you wish to help make it a better place as a member of my table?
Fortunately, I can't accept. I think there's a lot of good that could be done, but I have somebody waiting for me, and if I don't come for them, then nobody will. They and I would both be doomed.
They're my charge, so I cannot stay if they do not wish to.
I should note that I am only making this request of the hunted. Unfortunately, the rest of you, those who came with, you do not have the suitable qualifications that would allow you to sit at my table.
Oh.
I am granted power by this moment, but there are rules I must abide by.
A shame.
That's the way of things.
What of you, Fenris?
I don't think I would be suited for your table.
Oh.
So, my exit is my apology.
Oh, such a shame. Taguchi, not only does your nature seem to suit this place, if I may say so, but you seem like someone who is a realistic and fair, even-handed love for people. You don't seem like someone who wants to see innocents suffer. I would offer you the same position that I once offered Sagittarius. If you wish to see him removed and his cruelty taken from this place, perhaps you would consider staying and being a member of the table.
As much as I would love to remove Sagittarius from the table, as you... by the way, thank you for the compliment. But, as you said, there's, I'm not very good at standing by while people are suffering. And, there are people suffering outside of here that are important to me. As much as I appreciate the offer, I cannot.
I understand.
But you have been a gracious host.
They turn to Artorias.
Same to you. You have a righteous hand. I know what you've tried to do for these people, and though... insurrection against the Zugaiken is extreme, imagine what you could do if you had the authority to command the Zugaiken here. If you had the ability to govern and lead people.
To which Artorias, who hasn't been eating much, who basically just took some tea, they stop.
That's very kind of you. But I have my own realm that I have to rule, and a battle that is yet unfinished. I don't believe that I could work within the confines of this place. Its nature's not to my liking.
They nod. They look over to Keen.
And you were offered a most advantageous... No.
I mean, yeah.
But imagine the place that you... I have absolutely no intention of staying here under your rule. Thanks, though. Once we're done here, count on never seeing me again. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an appropriate reaction, I think.
I was gonna
Gotcha,
shoot
Grumpy.
kind of like a look of warning at Keen, like, bruh.
Oh.
I noticed that you're not eating anything. Is there anything? No.
You are missing out.
Really good.
Wrench.
Mm-hmm.
We discussed before, if you stayed here, imagine the kind of technological advancements you'd be free to incorporate into this place, and with the immortality granted by the table, you would have an eternity to research and build whatever you wanted. The people who came after you, they would have no ability to find you here.
With all due respect, I will have to decline.
Okay.
Great cheesecake, though.
Fortunately, we are unable to better your table at this time. It is a sadness that I think we share with you in that respect, as some members definitely would be better sent elsewhere.
Then, let me ask, what service can I perform for each of you? With the ritual ending, this place will once again go back to its everyday life, the cruelties and the benefits included. What can I do for you?
I was sent here by my benefactor and have, since arrival, been working single-mindedly towards one purpose. There is a weapon present here, the Titus barrel knife. That is the twin to my armor. I simply wish to retrieve that and find my way home.
You hear from Hirohito to the... I see. Alright. My young lord, though I never felt it necessary to speak about it, this weapon that I wear is one that I retrieved when we buried your relatives. I believe that this, he grabs and takes out the Tiberius barrel knife, this blade with a kunzite, this short sword-sized firearm with a kunzite blade that runs along the length of it. He walks to the table, kneels down beside it, and presents it to his lord. I believe that this is what he is referring to. I felt that it would be necessary to keep hold of it, in case I ever needed to use it to defend you, and in case any grave robbers ever attempted to take it, as your family was charged with protecting it. I do not wish to lose it, but I would not feign ignorance as to what he's referring to. To which Samurai looks to it, a look of general surprise, but not betrayal or anything on his face. As a general note, ba-boom.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was right. Anyway.
This is what you want?
I believe that is what I'm looking for, yes. I need it to free someone very important to me.
Well, as much as I would hate to lose it, presenting you with this is a relatively simple thing. And I cannot remember any instance in you ever having protected me, Hirohito, where you've ever had to draw it. I do not believe you will be lesser without it, no matter what weapon you hold in your hand. You're still as amazing as you ever were. So, certainly.
Hirohito stands, turns it, takes a hold of the weapon by the blade, and slowly walks over the table towards you, Miriam. Standing above you, looming impossibly tall as he gets next to you, you see his eyes lock upon you. Again, no discernible emotion, no feeling of hatred or contempt, but he very slowly holds it out to you, handle first.
Take it with 2 hands, one on the blade and one on the handle.
As you take it, you note it is already restored. It is not dormant. It doesn't have the... If it had been dormant, you surmise, based on what you've seen of Constellaquaries before, that the gemstone would likely be clear and colorless.
Yeah.
When you take it, it appears that in the past it awakened, likely, in response to Hirohito.
Weapon clearly liked you.
I would only have ever used it to defend my young lord. Perhaps it recognized that. I'm gonna throw this in your inventory.
I am shitting myself right now.
Now turn it and fucking
Go
shoot
to the bathroom.
No.
Thank you very much. Wham, bam, bam, bam.
Damn.
You would be able to attune to it effectively instantly as it ties its attunement to that of your armor. It takes up no slot.
Oh, yes.
Would you like me to go over what it can do? Or would you like to read that on your own?
Let's let everyone hear. Why not?
Hell yeah, thank you, Aaron.
The restored Tiberius barrel knife. It can be used as a short sword or fired as a revolver. It generates its own ammunition, but you can load it if you have, like, +1 or magical or special bullets you wish to use. You will, however, to use it properly as a revolver, you will eventually need to pick up proficiency with firearms of its nature. While attuned to it, you gain the following benefits. It grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with it. As you know, it is magical, of course. Its ranged weapon attacks deal an additional 1d4 fire damage on top of the 1d6 piercing that they already do. Sorry, I think as a revolver, if I recall, it actually does more than that. One moment, I can't recall. It can be fired up to 8 times, that must be reloaded. Twice per short or long rest, you can declare a piercing shot as an action, which means that you fire it in a 50-foot line. All creatures in that line make a DC 16 dexterity save, taking 3d8 +1 piercing damage and 1d6 fire damage on a failure. Once per long rest, you may declare a disintegrating bullet. You may target one creature you choose within the revolver's normal range, and they are subjected to the effects of the Disintegrate spell with the save DC of 16. When you do, roll 1d6. On a result of 6, you regain your use of it. Otherwise, it's once per long rest.
6. Fucking wild.
And just as a general note, this is actually something that will come out in the rules for firearms as I handle them will come out in Lushu's guide. Fun fact.
Ooh.
But
Get your guide when they come out.
where are you? Things are changed a little bit.
Sponsored by Logan.
Sponsored by me. There's how a revolver do. 2d6 piercing damage. The range is 20, 60 at long. Reload 6. Bonus action or action to reload. I can show you the rules that I've codified for proficiency with firearms. You can take a look at those later if you want, but those are what it works as if you fire it as a revolver.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you add your modifier to the damage?
If fired as a revolver, yeah, because it would be a ranged weapon attack. It would use its dexterity.
Okay. Cool. I've seen firearm rules where you don't, so just wanted to clarify.
It does.
Cool gun.
It's beautiful. I would hope that as part of my request, my exit from Honokuni is also guaranteed.
If that is something that one of you asks for, I would let you all leave.
Thank you. That was all I needed.
I have I'd like to make just a clarification. Just to reiterate it. You were able to affect things outside of the Honokuni?
Yeah, to my knowledge.
Could I request that you reverse vampirism in a person?
Solve your problem, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me who it is, and I will invoke the powers that this place gives me at this moment to make it so. When you rejoin them on the outside, assuming that you wish this effect to take place from when you left, as I'm sure you're aware you may have all come from different times, then
yes,
it will be made so.
They are Lord Setsumaru. They would know them as the, their title is the Crystal Queen.
That should be all I need to know.
There is a flicker as the lanterns that keep this place alight, the candles in them seem to all sputter briefly.
When you return to the outside, it will be done.
Thank you. I'm so fucking nervous.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
I'm shaking.
Dude. Wishes are so fucking risky, bitch. Like,
yeah, they are. Thank you. Sit back down.
My wish is that we all go back to where we came from. That we all leave.
Oh? Oh.
I have things to do. I don't want to be here.
Thank you, King.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was my wish.
Thank you.
Had to get ahead of that before one of you fucked that up.
Oh.
Asking for more
I
cake or
had it
something.
ready.
Sure you did.
What the hell?
Feel free to ask for more cake.
Hey,
I
it's
appreciate
fine. I have a
it,
backup
King.
wish. Fucking asshole.
Why do you appreciate him?
Like, oh my god.
He's so
He gets to
rude.
the point. He gets to the point, and I love it.
Hey, Wrench,
I
what's
didn't
your
like
backup
how
wish?
you
Hey, Wrench,
looked at him.
what's happening now? I'm so curious.
No, go ahead.
Bring culture, you bitch.
My request is simple. Once I am gone, I wish that your dead man's wake would no longer be closed off. In days to come, I want you to give people who wish to leave Bochi and head towards Tenchiseki, I wish for them to be able to do so at their own discretion. I am uncertain of how much you know of what goes on outside, but I want you to inform your table that to hold people at Dead Man's Wake and force them to live under your thumb, I wish that to be considered unacceptable. And if you are worried that that takes them outside your power, then I suggest that you come to some kind of agreement with Gelfus. He is surely some sort of reasonable. You just hear from Jigoku-Sagi just a He's well, I'm sure that if you spoke to him with good intentions, that he would be willing to come to some kind of agreement regarding rule of this place. If you truly wish for peace, there should be no reason why you two couldn't get along.
To which there is a moment with Samurai where they're like,
I am completely willing to honor that. And the only issue is that that mage, though I've never met them, they and Hirohito don't get along all that well. In fact, they've killed each other many times. Isn't that right?
To which he turns, if it is your wish, I would put aside that grudge.
Okay. Thank you. Well, then it shall be done. How about the rest of you?
I'm still thinking of my backup wish. You go next.
Fenris?
Uh-oh.
Fenris has been, like, looking at the table, tracing, thinking real hard. I don't...
As she hesitates, Miriam just leans in next to Fenris. You have been through hell and back to survive this place. You don't need to be meek about wanting something.
I know, there's just too many things I want. I don't know which, or if he can even solve them, or... There's too many...
Could you wish for your friend Quintus back?
No. Well, at least,
No.
no, I couldn't. And I
That
imagine
would-
they would simply be reclaimed.
And that might invalidate
very
the
true.
agreement that we made with Fiona, and I didn't really read the clauses in that, and so...
Yeah, Nemric, just as a general note to
As
you,
to
upon
destiny.
hearing
Yeah.
that, you would be generally aware that a contract forged in the court of Phlegethos would probably be invulnerable to even a wish spell in terms of changing it. Those contracts are some of the most binding that you could imagine. They are upheld not only by the power of the Hells, but by a celestial agreement between divine beings that regulate things and them. Contracts with devils are actually a method by which devils are regulated. It's a limitation on them that is imposed by gods to effectively force them to have to get mortals to agree in writing to things before just taking their souls. So every celestial power that exists would stand to prevent that kind of an alteration of reality. So, especially one written by Fierna.
So, for
At best, it would do
clarification,
nothing.
if things involve gods, there's no way wishes can mess with that, is what you're
It
saying.
is,
generally speaking,
it is very
Okay, well,
unlikely that you could change
you can-
things on that level. Yes.
You can ask,
At
you can
best,
ask
it just
Brayden,
wouldn't
but I
work.
don't think it's gonna work. Yeah.
At best, it just wouldn't work. If it did work, she would just reclaim him. At worst, you would be violating your contract, and all of you would be forfeit.
It depends on the god, of course.
That was my
but
expectation.
yeah.
I don't
Samurai,
mean that
would
in
you
any
allow me to-
mean way. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Is it alright to speak amongst ourselves before deciding on these wishes?
Sure.
Or
you
even
could be
asking-
escorted upstairs if you wish. There's there's a sort of impromptu spring. There's a pool of sorts upstairs if you wish to stand there and speak. I would remain here and wait for you.
I suppose sure.
Of course,
Nemric perked up.
I would ask that we resolve this. It would be in my best interest to see the light of day rise tomorrow.
Oh, this should not take a particularly long amount of time. I just need to confer with my compatriots. And, Wrench, she's got that backup dream wish just rattling around in that head. He needs to soak his feet, so...
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I need a soak, man.
We won't be that long.
I need to soak that.
We will be right back.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to make a point of pointing out what a not petty DM I am.
Yeah.
There are definitely DMs out there that if you said, could we confer among ourselves, I would go,
Would say
wish
no.
granted.
Yep.
Wish
Oh.
Like a petty
Luckily,
bitch.
luckily you're not freaking. You're not.
Yeah, you're not a
frickin',
bad DM.
The kind of,
you're not a DM.
the kind of
You're a
impulse,
nice
but I just want you to
DM.
know that it crossed my mind that would be such a jerk ass thing to
As long
do.
as you don't fucking act on it.
But any DM who does a thing like that needs to seriously back off and interrogate why they're playing. All right,
Right.
Certainly,
But
certainly.
You're so beautiful and wonderful. You've nothing-
I'm not saying I'm a good
We
DM.
appreciate
I'm
you
just
so
not being a
much.
bastard.
You're a good DM, you
Shut
bastard.
up. Shut up.
fucking
Stop
kid.
complimenting me. If you wish to, you are escorted from this room, and you may take whatever food you wish when you go. You're escorted from this room past the doorway that is behind Semrai, which opens up into a small hallway that at the end there is a stairwell heading up. When you do, you find yourselves emerging on the uppermost floor of this mansion. Whereupon there is in fact a very large pool that is at the center of it, relatively shallow, not a hot spring, but it is there, surrounded by a very, very large open deck that is mostly unused. There is a canopy over it. There's supports that hold a canopy that opens with a skylight above the pool itself. And it is devoid of much except for a couple of chairs that sit by one end of the railing that is on the edge of this place that overlooks what was once the Appleseed Forest, that gives a distant view of the northern side of Honokuni. As you go up there, the door is closed behind you, and you are given some semblance of privacy.
Holding Fenris's hand because you can tell she's super stressed.
To remind you, just because I know you guys know, but just to remind you that as of yet, Fenris, Wrench, Fenris and Wrench, you were left, right?
Yeah.
Yep, Fenris and Wrench, right?
Fenris will kick off her shoes and go stand on the not deepest part of the pool.
Yeah, I was fixing to say it's
Joining
like
her?
while looking over to you guys. You guys have no idea what you're doing. Undressing, getting into the pool.
Yeah. Well, I'll feel bad if we don't use it if we're in here because I've just.
I won't take off everything, Logan. I don't have anything to take off other than
Taking off the skirt.
I just have the skirt.
My old
Taking off
skirt.
flesh.
Beautiful.
And you look so good.
It's true.
I just sway back and forth.
What's got you stuck, Fenris?
Well, I was just thinking there's a lot of options here. For one, there's a cure for amnesis, but from what our conversation with Gelfus was like, it's like, find me and I'll teach you stuff and we can fix this, whatever that means.
We know that Nemesine, or the Nemesine, is at least connected to it. It's a lead. You might be able to get more information.
True.
You
I
could
can't
also...
wish for- I was thinking of maybe wishing for Gelfus to be free. And I know that's silly because eventually he does escape from here. In theory, but... And she's gonna put her hands on her temples. With how time works.
Remember that
Possibly.
their permission is
Right.
part of this, but not necessarily what we're exactly looking for.
Yeah, if there's...
With...
We have our own thoughts on that.
Now,
Yes, but Gelfus is... With all due respect, Gelfus is Gelfus. I
doubt
kind
that
of
it would
think he
change
might
much of
be able
anything,
to.
Osile.
you could also ask about your family.
I was thinking about that as well. Or maybe with the visions that I was given of them all trapped in a different plane, I could wish them to be back on the material plane, but that could just kill them or something, because we don't know enough about that situation.
You could also ask about... There's many choices you have. I wish I had more than the one, unfortunately, in my case.
I have a bit of a petty suggestion, though I do know that we plan on going into some sort of a potential battle soon.
Go on.
I point over toward Wrench, and then I point over toward Flux, and then myself. The two of us have difficulties right now fighting at our full potential because of wasting something or the other. You could potentially, one of you could try to restore us to where we can fight at our fullest.
That was a matter of time, however, right?
What's wrong with Flux?
Flux used up his big
Silver
thing.
fire.
Oh, right.
So I'm saying, like, you know, you could attempt to try to give that back to both of us, my grudge knock and his silver fire.
But
that is only if
those are
there's
only
nothing else.
Those are only a matter of time.
If you're gonna wish for something like that, like, why wouldn't you wish for, like, all of us to be stronger?
That's true. You could just ask for power. Honestly, Othile, that's not a bad thing to ask for.
Well, now that's 3 things.
What do you want, Fenris? It's for you.
When you think about all of those things, what's the one that sticks out the most?
I want answers. I want to know who I am. I have a lot of things I want that this could possibly solve, but I don't know. I want to make the right choice here.
Just look into your heart. This is your wish. Like, we can give you advice, like, all you want, but it's at the end of the day, it's your wish. It's what you want.
I just don't know if information is really in the young lord's capabilities.
That is fair.
Everything else has been...
You can ask for that information to be presented to you, regardless of whether or not the young lord themselves is the one that gains it.
That's a good point. I think that's the closest to a good wish that I've gotten to.
The worst case is, if you ask, and they can't perform such a thing, they'll simply let you know.
That's true. That's not expending the wish.
So have a backup then. First option, the information that you want. Second option, whatever else.
Second option, how to find the whereabouts of Hatha Kalesh. I would have loved to ask that. Unfortunately, I need this.
No, you need that. And if I'm
Do I look cool with it?
Yes, you look very cool.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, her whereabouts aren't even what I would have wished for, so we already have a lead on that.
What would you have wished for, Abby?
That's not what we're talking about right now.
You know,
Talk about that later.
We can talk about that later. I won't forget.
You could do something similar to
I'll tell you.
what Miriam just did and seek if there's any companion piece to your own item.
I swear to God, if we end up in another place like this, I'm gonna kill you, Nemric.
I'm just bringing it up.
I don't think, I have a feeling that the two items will find each other.
Find ourselves on the shores of Elysium or something.
Oh, God.
Hey, I don't care where I end up as long as I'm around you.
That's almost heartwarming if it
Really
wasn't.
mushy.
You know why. You know why.
If it wasn't...
Serious job. What about you, Wrench? You figured yours out?
Well, the one I kept thinking about is have all the family members be killed.
Oh,
I like that one.
Yeah, but I also want the satisfaction of, you know, shooting them in the face.
If you were to make that wish, I would actually ask you to spare just one.
Which one?
My old,
Oh! Did I meet him?
Burgundy.
I met him.
Yes. You met Burgundy.
Burger? His name is Burger?
His name is Burgundy.
Oh.
He was
That sounds cool.
a front for the family. I used to sell stolen
He
goods
was very
to him.
shady.
He's a fence then?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a
He's like
person.
He's like the guy that you bring your stuff to, not the people that you're actually dealing with. I don't know.
Like, she gets a little bit of a, like, wondering look on her face, and she's like,
oh.
I just ran away from working with the family. If you wished for that, do you think that might kill me?
I don't think you've been a member of the family for a very long time.
It's true, but...
I mean, by that technicality, would I end up getting killed because I worked with them?
Oh,
You're not a part of the family. You...
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. By
Those
that
of us
technicality.
here aren't necessarily
checking.
members of the family.
If you wanted to be sure, you could say all willing members of the family.
You have to be really careful with the wording of these things.
Yeah. I mean, the other wish is if he could somehow reset all these cards I have, so then I could use all the ones I didn't get.
or you could wish to.
You only missed the weird shield bubble one.
Or you could wish to know what card you drew next.
Or maybe I could wish for infinite card.
Or you wish for more wishes.
More
or the
wishes.
or the power to choose between 5 cards you keep in your hand.
But you have to banish the rest.
Oh no!
holy shit.
Yeah, let's just add drawing 5 cards and remembering them to every initiative we roll. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's go.
We could ask for the rest of the treasures that were in the Bastille.
I don't
I'll be
know.
honest.
No, we have a few short hours to settle on it, and then we need to be away from this place.
I think I know I've been urgent, but I think it needs to be as soon as possible. I still have that feeling.
Whatever it is the two of you wish for, as long as it is something that you feel will either aid us or something that tickles your fancy, I'm sure that it's not a waste.
Well, I mean, if the family dies, that saves me a headache, but...
What of just the ones who are chasing you?
It saves us a headache as well.
You could ask to return to a different place, a different time.
You could
but
wish
if
for
it's
them to forget about you.
Then others will.
You could wish for them to forget about you.
Ooh.
Then you wouldn't have to.
That's a good wish.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to deal with them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just start over. Not affiliated with them at all.
Yeah.
Would that be enough for you, though?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same reason why I don't want all of them to die. Because I kind of want to kill them myself.
Like, would your revenge still feel like revenge if they forgot about you and then you still went to go kill them?
It's not even about revenge, it's the confirmation.
I suppose you could wish for them all to be enfeebled to the point that it would become quite simple for you to do the task. It would also resolve, you said you were in the middle of fleeing them as you ended up here. You'd come back to find several weak or sick gentlemen with weapons waiting for you to slaughter them.
It would also aid the rest of these, I believe. Once we're out of here, aren't you all going to go and try to fight one of those members?
Yeah.
If they were enfeebled, then...
I'm not sure if the wish would consider them a part of it anymore. I suppose they probably haven't been removed yet.
No.
But they only have so much time.
Yeah.
Whatever guarantees your safety, Wrench. You already know that you can leave. Now, just make sure that you can live when you leave. Unfortunately, you'll probably be not around any of us, so that we can't help you. So find a way that you can assure you can help yourself. None of us want to lose anyone. We have so few members in the lowest standard.
It's true.
Me and Tagachi would be at a miss without our guild leader.
You won't be seeing me for a long time.
Well,
That's true.
I think it's the other way around.
I won't be seeing you for even longer.
Shush, Tagachi, don't make me cry. Don't forget about me.
How could I?
god.
You've made such an impression.
I like play cry on Tagachi still in the skirt.
There.
When we escape, I'll try and reach out to you.
I would appreciate it.
You have a
Is
way to
there
contact
anything?
me too.
Is there anything else you wish us to do if we can't find you?
I've already agreed to it.
Oh.
Just, if I'm not around, if you can't find me, at least find my family. Make sure they're okay.
I already planned to do
Absolutely.
that.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back?
If I go back.
Tagachi.
What?
What do you mean by your family?
Kids, grandkids.
If that's
Yeah.
okay, if that's what you mean. Okay, because
Yeah,
I
that's what I
think
mean.
your present family, the family you know, you should Tag would know. They old age.
Yes,
Hey,
for
buddy.
sure.
There's this thing that it's a thing humans get every
Anything
once
with
in a
a
while.
last name.
Descendants, like
It has been a
Okay.
plan.
Just want to make sure you know what you're
The
saying.
Ayama line.
Yeah.
It's
I feel
been
like
a
that-
plan for quite
that
a while
thought
on my
process
part
is generous.
to find your descendants. I can find out a lot of information.
Keep offering to do
Appreciate
these nice things, Nemric.
That's
Make sure
not,
they
not-
have something they would know us by, or vice versa. If you can give us something that they would know you by, then you could just bother them about it when you get back until it's permanently ingrained into your family lines. So whenever we happen to stick our heads in there, they're like, "Oh, you're those guys." We can finally shut up about that.
Fenris
Oh,
will lean
that
in
was-
and
yeah.
start ribbing Tag. Did you ever tell them about your old friend Fenris?
All the time.
That is a good joke.
Joke?
She says she laughs as tears begin pouring.
Well, Fenris blinks and is like, oh, Tagachi, and she's gonna hug him and just practically like crawl on him as a hug.
Aw.
Just like wrap her legs around him.
Oh my god.
No.
You're just
Oh
my.
little monkey Fenris.
Yeah.
Wearing full medium armor.
You're right.
Well, he's wearing full plate.
Tilting.
I'm so
He
strong.
falls.
I have I have one leg on the ground.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
I'm
Why?
stabilizing this. She just hugs him.
Have you come to your decisions?
I think so. I wrote them down so that, you know, I don't, as I oftentimes do, fuck it up.
Rich, are you okay?
French?
Still indecisive.
Then take your time.
Yeah.
We have at least the night. If it is night, I'm assuming it's night. He said by morning, so I'm just gonna go ahead.
No.
It's night.
Got my
Not-
tootsies in the pool eating
Yeah,
strawberries that I brought with me.
If you're not decided, Fenris is gonna take off her armor and get into the pool. Whatever.
Nice.
What?
I have to sit here for a little bit. I have to wait 30 minutes before getting in.
Wow.
That's an old bard's tale.
Yeah, that's an old bard's tale. Crimp.
I'd
So-
like.
I think I know what I want.
Oh, really?
Oh, I
Oh,
just
get back
got
out.
him in pool. Okay.
I think for me to be able to kill anyone in the family,
Ooh.
Huh.
I think I'll specifically say I want to be stronger and have the strength to be stronger than anyone in the family.
Any member of the family you face.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Smart.
That's really smart. French, you're
Good
gonna
luck
be
with
so
your
scary.
I think they're gonna write legends about you.
Uh-huh.
The Arcoon who put him on the map.
He's
I
just
don't
always
know.
under the spell of protection of the family.
Miriam, can you cast prestidigitation? I'm still a little damp.
There's pictures and
It
books
is a
of
good look
French.
on you, though.
Trying to
Oh.
There's
Okay.
pictures of
like flick him in the forehead.
Then shall we make our way back down?
I think so.
If
Yep.
we all feel ready.
Let's do this. Let's do this, and then let's go for a hike.
Give Fenris like 5 more minutes. They have to get their armor back on.
Shame Tantia's not here to
No, it's
help you with that.
I'm actually really good at helping people get in and out of armor.
You had no problem last time.
You see a practice with Fenris there.
I'd like
I'm sorry,
give-
what did you mean by that?
Yeah, sex. It was great.
I had less armor then anyway.
Yeah, no. It was news to me too. What were you trying to say, Takachi?
I'd like to give. Who do I give this to?
I'd like to give.
I'd like to give.
A little bit of
I'll approach Miriam.
Of course. Smart.
I'll give
Our
you
time will
my.
come.
I'm gonna give you my pack talisman.
Oh.
This will definitely identify me.
Are you sure? It's kind of important to you. I know it gives you at least a bit.
It's just fine. I can be apart from it.
All right, I'll keep it on till then. I'll let them know who sent us.
Thank you.
What is your pack talisman? Is it like just a little like figure, or is it like a necklace?
It's like a necklace, yeah. Like just a
I'll
little
put it on.
amulet.
Tuck it into my robe.
Mm-hmm.
You
Probably
you
got,
really
like-
told your kids about me? Sorry, I just have to inquire about that. Wait.
Of course.
You're pretty cool. It makes sense.
What do I?
The silly elf he met in a city one day wouldn't stop telling him about this amazing stew that she knows how to make.
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
The weird elf that hit on me that one time.
Oh?
I thought you were coming on to me. That is not my problem.
No, it runs in the family. Don't worry.
Fenris. Do you sleep around? Is that what I'm getting?
Not anymore.
She's pretty locked down. I wouldn't even try. I flirt at people. Like I flirt with Avi all the time. Like, not seriously, but I wouldn't even jokingly flirt at Fenris in front of the certain company.
And yet you would. You know what? I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. We're not going down that road. Moving on. Moving on. Moving
Still got
on.
his pants on.
Fenris will punch Tag in the arm.
Ow.
Who are you, me?
She'll punch Avi in the arm.
There you go.
They're learning from the best.
Mm-hmm.
Ears down, face red.
Let's finish this.
Right down the fucking road.
Mm-hmm. I turn and start walking back downstairs.
Yeah.
Same.
Alrighty. You guys return into the room, coming in behind Samurai. You are escorted back. I've aligned you all randomly on that heckin' map I gave you earlier. Your actual positions, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me very much.
I need a bit of stuff address. That's all I ask.
Sure.
God damn it. Doing that thing it did last time.
Just scoot between the two of us.
What thing?
Yeah, I'm very happy to be between Fenris
That thing
and Avi.
last
That's a
time,
good
remember how if you'd hover over fucking Mother Tier, like your cursor would just kind of say Mother Tier for a bit
who's it
until
saying
you
this time?
moved your wrench.
Ranch.
Hmm.
Nothing.
Ranch.
As you guys head back down, you are greeted excitedly by the young lord.
Think they're ready?
All right. If you've made up your minds, please speak openly.
Fenris, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I wish for guidance in the discovery of the shadow fae that disappeared after the Accords. If that is something you could do.
Especially concerning your family, right?
Certainly. If it's just information you're looking for, then as soon as the ritual ends and you're outside, then guidance will come to you. You'll find it.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
And finally, Wrench, what request would you make of me?
I wish to be stronger than any family member. So then I'm able to protect myself when I get back, and then I'm able to watch them die as I kill them.
Wrench.
Oh.
If...
No. No, they know.
Oh, what?
Your wording is curious, but I understand your meaning.
Yes, he refers to the organization.
I'm aware, the ones that were chasing you. That you were fleeing from as you entered into this realm. That you will likely face again if you choose to leave.
From what we discussed, it sounds like he's eager to.
Certainly. Know that when you leave this place, since they were in pursuit of you, my general knowledge of those who leave Honokuni is that you will likely return to that same scenario. I can only imagine. You should be prepared to face your chasers. Although you've acquired great strength while you've been here, so perhaps even without the strength that this particular request will grant you, I imagine you'll be able to defend yourself well. With that, may we not see the glow of the red moon again during this particular ritual. You've all made your requests, and I will happily grant them. Once you are all in a position to accept the results of your requests, they will be granted. Once you have all departed, I will speak to the table as it is reformed, and I will ensure that Dead Man's Wake remains open to people. I will reach out to Gelfus and try to establish some kind of understanding. And for the rest of you, when you leave, you will receive that which you've asked for.
The more the merrier.
I am turning off notification sounds. Get the fuck out of here, the more the merrier. You are unwanted.
I'm surprised those weren't already off.
Someone must have turned them on at some point. I have them off usually. I gotta change that. I gotta make new updated sounds. One sec.
Yes, that would be lovely.
We're still using ones from years ago.
We should each record little vestige things.
Oh, that'd be adorable.
That'd be so cute. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway.
Here's mine. If someone gives 100 subs, what the fuck?
I mean, realistically, it would be cool if we got a couple sound bites from everybody and mixed them in. I'm trying to mute it, and it's just being like, nah. All right.
I remember it's done this before.
It's on. It's just I'm trying to do it on my phone. It's like mute it, and I'm clicking it. It's like mute it, click mute it, click mute it. Yes. Fuck. Whatever.
Are you sure you want to mute it?
You could do it in slobs as well.
I could if I had an event window. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I know what to do. Give me just one moment. Give me just a sec. I'm gonna make sure that no one's like, oh, they didn't turn it off. Well, I'm gonna
knowing
do a bunch of subscriptions.
I'm capable of over 10 times this amount.
Although I welcome you all to test my patience with subscriptions. Oh no, that'd be the worst.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no! Support!
Oh no!
The worst possible thing! Oh no!
Alright. Alright, I got them off. They're off. They're gone. Okay.
If you all intend to leave, perhaps it is best that you do so as soon as possible, so that we may reform and repair things.
We only need to speak to a few people, and then we'll be out of your hair.
I know that most of you arrived by way of the docks. If you wish to, a boat could be prepared for you to leave the same way. Alternatively, people have decided to leave in the past by heading up to the north, past the Bastille, and proceeding out along the old road. The mists should part and allow you to go now.
I think after our, I would say, heart-throbbing entry into the country, perhaps exit by land would suit us better.
Mm-hmm. Can I offer you any form of transportation?
Perhaps a cart to take us to Bochi? At the very least, and then we'll make our way from there. There's a few people I think we'd like to speak to before we leave.
In that case, I will leave Hirohito in your presence, And I request that you all enjoy whatever services can be rendered by the people that are here. But I am going to retreat upstairs. There are some things I'd like to think about.
Would you not wish to join us?
No, It is customary for me to remain here during the descending hours of the ritual.
We hope you enjoy your solace.
I will see that you leave, and then tend to my old family shrine that is somewhere, some ways off behind the castle, near the waterfall. Pay my respects to it. Then I will return here. I wish you all good luck. I'm saddened that I will not be able to play with you again, but I understand not wanting to stay here.
Just in case it does happen, when next we meet, let us have fun.
Certainly.
There are stranger things in this world than any of us know.
Indeed. Hirohito, please take care of them.
He stands, and he walks, heading back upstairs where you had been before. Hirohito closes the door behind him. You hear his footsteps going up the wooden steps that lead up there. The closing of a door.
Well, about time for us to hit the old dusty trail.
I do wish for him to someday be less lonely.
I would wish for the same thing.
After everything we've seen, we know you would.
Unfortunately, the members of the table who come and go, they are the only company that can be afforded to the young lord. And as none of you intend to stay, you cannot offer him that comfort.
Well, we don't want to keep this in a situation where he has to feel so somber for too long, so I think we'll take our leave as soon as possible. It was a pleasure having known you. I'll reach out to shake Hirohito's hand.
He takes your hand. He shakes it, slowly.
Shall we get going then?
Let's go home. Will the cart be ready for us at the gate?
It should be.
Perfect.
I will see you down to the edges of the manor. And you can see yourselves the rest of the way out.
That would
Much
be lovely.
appreciated.
For a time, the young lord seems to have been pleased by such pure-minded people being within his domain. Thank you for lifting his spirits.
I'm glad we could have a positive effect.
Yes.
He opens the door, moves over to, moves over to the corner of the room, slides open one of the doors, motions for you to step out. He sees you guys down to the stairway, heading down to the front of the manor. Steps ahead of you once you're out, unlocks the door again. As you move out, you see the watchtowers are still populated by Zugaiken soldiers. As he opens the wooden doors to the outer gate of the manor, he ushers you outside. As Keen passes by him, Keen stops very briefly, being the last of your group to walk out the gate. And quietly, as had been muttered to him before, Keen very quietly mutters, but audible enough that you all catch it.
It is a shame that you saw anything in me. Truly. I wish better for you.
and continues past him.
Fuck. Jesus.
As Keen walks past with the group, as Hirohito stays behind and closes the door, as you all proceed down the pathway, back out towards the area, you see in the distance the drawbridge, the wooden bridge that connects the land and the castle, begins to move ahead of you. Keen, quietly as you move, mutters, "If the dragon saw us to be similar, I believe it is paramount that I change the course I'm on before I end up as lonely and obsessive as that man."
Oh.
I think that's the right call.
I knew you were more interesting than you were letting on.
Be quiet.
Oh, he's fascinating.
He's just happy that we have a carriage.
I
We
run to
should
the
have-
carriage.
You guys
We
get out
should have
to
wished for clothes for you.
I do
However-
still need clothes, but this is good.
It seems it's good that as when you guys get out towards the lower area where there's a slight lower density of members of the Zugaiken, as you're walking across the bridge over towards the carriage, Keen very quietly, "It turns out it may have been good that I made the decision to request to leave, because I was under the impression that one of our requests was going to be that they meet with the dragon.
Yes.
Is there some reason why we've abandoned that path? I could not bring it up there."
We discussed it with the dragon. They asserted that it was unlikely Hirohito would allow such a request anyways.
I
Our
see.
objective now is to move to... Well, we don't necessarily need to do Bochi, although with everyone having abandoned it, perhaps we can step in a house and grab Nemric some real clothes.
Oh, thank you.
I do want to avoid the Zugaiken as best we can, and then we'll make our way back to Seiryu no Tenkei, and then we await the movement of the young lord and Hirohito. Sorry, I had a moment of panic in me before I forget that.
With the
he's
sole
my
exception of you having acquired that knife, likely because it would have been suspicious for him to turn it away, I'm sure I don't have to say this to you bunch of budding optimists. But you know that your wishes are likely not going to come true. This place has not even granted the wish to leave in the past. You all spent a great deal of time agonizing about something that will never happen.
Fenris will shrug.
You never know. Might as well be safe.
Although, perhaps I'm not one to criticize people for spending an excruciating amount of time agonizing about something irrelevant. To which he walks past the group.
Fenris looks so freaking smug at that when he says that and he walks ahead. 'Cause
Is
that's
there a
exactly
butterfly
what she was
manning the
thinking.
carriage, or are we going to be manning it?
There seems to be at the front. You do, as a just a final note on that, as he gets far enough away, you do hear Keen having said that, just retorting back, "But you know, at least I'm getting over it." And he just keeps walking.
Oh, Lexi!
When you
I
get
just
to
thought
it,
of something.
there is a crimson
What?
butterfly. Just to nail this down, there is a crimson butterfly manning it. You do get the impression if you asked them to leave, they probably would.
Lexi, we could have totally went and checked on little butterfly, little caterpillar friend,
Oh, we could have.
little worm friend.
Oh,
Oh,
little
he's
worm
far from
friend.
here now.
You guys still have that. You guys still have that.
Well, I'm sure that they've gone through their transformation and they're far from here now. Probably
Yeah.
flying somewhere else.
I hope so.
She'll ruffle both their hairs.
I think we'll take it from here, if you don't mind. I say up to the butterfly.
They nod. They get off the front of the carriage.
I'm already inside the carriage now.
Wow.
Well, there he goes.
Led by two large oxen. You guys have this carriage to yourself.
Yes.
It is a closed back one. It is more like a traveling wagon than it is a carriage. It's like a canopied wagon. Not like a coach, like
Oregon
door.
Trail,
yeah.
not like
exactly.
Cinderella.
Yeah, exactly.
I can lay down in it. Let's go.
Yep, you could. It's quite large.
Someone is walking for me. I could not be happier.
Damn.
I just had a bunch of crepes and someone's walking for me.
Aw, crepes. Hell yeah.
It's a shame I
Up front
couldn't
where the
do-
butterfly was.
I'll sit with Miriam. It's a shame I couldn't take any of those blood hive blossoms back home.
I'm sure we'll find plenty more.
Should we ever end up in Cahulas, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be long till we have to. If anything, Vogan's pilgrimage will take us there at some point.
Honestly, yeah. Been warned not to, but since when do I follow anything anyone tells me?
Since when do any of us do whatever anyone tells us?
I did.
You should do at least one thing someone tells you.
But didn't that make you sad?
Yes.
And what's that one thing, Nemric?
The thing you agreed to. Don't think about it now. We can think about it later.
Or you saying God?
I was just going to say, as you all get onto the wagon, your spirit's somewhat higher, understanding that there's a great deal of uncertainty in the ritual ahead of you. The bell begins to ring. The cathedral-like bell rings its loud gongs echoing through the forest as the mist parts to allow you to exit safely. As you do, from the second floor, from the walkway that exists on the outside of the mansion's second floor running along it, Hirohito watches you as your wagon disappears into the fog, into what was once the pleasant Apple Sea, and begins to drag his fingers along the railway, walking off to the side so that he can look back up towards the moon. And though none of you are there to hear it, he mutters briefly to himself the same words that you heard when coming to Honokuni, that there is no blood in Honokuni, only a feast never-ending, a plate of corpses, ever piled high, illuminated by the beating red heart above. As he looks up solemnly towards the moon, not red, but full and glowing, as you disappear off into the distance, heading towards Bochi. And that is where we're going to end today.
Woo! Bro, it's Fruits Basket!
God.
Cart acquired.
It's bloody Fruits Basket.
You ain't wrong, though.
It's fine.
You okay?
I'm good. Just stressed. Just so stressed, but it's great. It's great.
Everything's
Detention.
fine. It's so fine.
You're so fine.
Oh shit! Fucking God.
Got him.
Woo.
We're almost out of here, boys.
Are we?
Are
hope.
we?
This bitch about to be like, eat them, devour.
Actually, eat them.
It's fine. We just gotta leave. We just gotta go over there. We're out. Yeah. What the hell does Mother Tier know anyway?
Right? Damn.
For sure. You know what? Let's throw
She's so
Nemric
smart.
in.
Why is she dead?
Hey, look,
We throw Nemric
it's your new
into the
gun.
water. Oh my god.
Fish gun.
It's called the blunderbass.
I saw that.
Oh my God.
We throw Nemric into the mists to test.
No.
Yeah, just for
Yeah.
funsies.
No.
No, it's to test. You know,
He
be
put
a
his
guinea
toes
pig.
in the mist.
It's not
his
even.
toes
It's not
get
even because of the
taken.
danger. It's not even because of the danger. I don't want to leave the cart.
No, the thing here, buddy, Nemric old friend, is
Just push the cart
you're,
in there with me
buddy
in
old
it.
pal, you're supposed to protect Miriam, so be the guinea pig
I'm fine.
to
Just
see if we can leave the mist.
push
Come
the
on,
and you're
cart in.
They nom on
your
your
job.
toes.
It's great.
Tell us
Push-
if they nibble on
Push
your
the
toes.
cart into
Yeah.
into the mist, and I'll stay in the cart.
Perfect. See, you get it.
It'll be fun. It'll be great.
I can't wait to have underwear again.
Oh, I don't want to think about how much Fenris has been snuggling up to Nemric.
Oh, right.
He's so naked.
It would take you, what, 2 hours? Hold on.
Ew.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Depression to think of a cart flying back into the country
Nemric.
from the mist.
Yeah.
As we come to what would be 6 a.m. on this day,
No.
you find the effects of Grudge Knock come to an end.
I know, I'm really glad we didn't waste a wish on
You're.
that.
I'm gonna be. I was sitting here being like, oh my god, if you wish for that, I mean, it'll happen because it's here.
It would
but
help.
like,
It would help Flux.
the negative effects of Grudge Knock come to an end as it is now been the full week.
As we come out of the forest and I feel that, he just looks up. Yes. Best day ever.
Gosh.
So we know it's been a week.
Seems like an eternity ago, doesn't it?
It's been 1 week to
Okay.
No one better make it there.
People at
fully
home,
to get in my
everybody,
way.
we will try to remind you on all of our streams this coming week. But as a reminder, you can catch us next Monday, not Saturday.
Not this coming Monday, but next
Monday.
21st.
Yeah. As we have to move those days so that we can make sure everyone's around for what will, I can only imagine, be the remainder of our time in Honokuni. Hopefully. Sure seems that way. With that, and also, a little bit of news. I only need a couple more elements for the Lushu's Guide to Kitsadria, and I think they'll be done today. So, sometime in the next week, Lushu's Guide to Kitsadria should at least release digitally, and then the hard and soft covers should be coming relatively soon afterwards. As soon as they accept my files on the site, which can take a minute. So, look forward to that. I'm very proud of that. It's been working on it for a long time, making a lot of small changes and adjustments to it. I'm actually very happy that we got to where we got to today, because the Tiberius barrel knife is in it. So, I'm happy that we got to do that in game before. Dude, I just threw out the the whole everything it can do. So that said, keep your eye out for that. And yeah, that's where we are. We will see you guys for this next week when things are gonna get fun. Finally. Finally.
Finally.
Fun in Honokuni? No way!
There is no fun in Honokuni.
Oh, shit.
With the
Only
Kuni?
sorrow.
No way!
I hate that.
Only players piled high for the DM's enjoyment. But that said, later everybody. See you next week. See you YouTube.
Bye.